They came out cold. Fell behind by 18. Then they burst past the Rockets in Game 1. Could this be the dream season for the Suns? They're 4-0 in the playoffs and have won 11 straight games. They could stick a dagger into the heart of the Rockets by swiping Game 2. Next.
Phoenix Suns basketball is brought to you by America West Airlines, low fares, and the respect you deserve. By the Arizona Lottery. Want to win? Gotta play. By Lexus Luxury Automobiles, the result of a relentless pursuit of perfection. By Bank of America. We're making banking convenient. Banking on America, Bank of America. By your Greater Phoenix Ford dealers. By Bud Light. If you want a great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light. By Big O Tires. By Montgomery Ward, where things are changing. By Toyota and their full line of quality cars and trucks. And by Champion Sportswear. It takes a little more to make a champion. Now, here are Al McCoy and Cotton Fitzsimmons.
Tonight, here in Houston, Texas, the Western Conference semifinals continue. It's Game 2, the Phoenix Suns and the Houston Rockets. Well, how you doing, everybody? Along with Cotton Fitzsimmons, I'm Al McCoy. The Suns have a 1-0 lead in this best-of-7 series. But the Houston Rockets, with a sellout crowd, are primed for this one tonight. And Cotton, it's been a big week for Hakeem Olajuwon. First of all, he was named the NBA Defensive Player of the Year.
Well, and he should be. It was a great battle. David Robinson got a lot of votes. Mutombo got a lot of votes. This guy, though, has had a super year. He makes some of the most sensational blocks, running smaller people down, catching up with them than any player in the league.
Then also, the Sporting News named him their NBA Player of the Year. And that voting, by the way, is done by the NBA players themselves. But he had a big game on Sunday, no question about that. He had 36 points, he had 16 rebounds, he blocked shots, he had a big fourth quarter, he just couldn't do it all.
Well, I would say this, if I was the Suns, I wouldn't count on Hakeem Olajuwon having a bad ball game. He'll get his, there's no way you can keep him from it. They're going to have to try to stop some of the other Rockets to win the ball game.
And I think maybe that was the key for the Suns defensively on Sunday. Vernon Maxwell had 3 points in the game. Kenny Smith, his running mate in backcourt, had 16, but neither one of them really got off with their outside shooting, and that certainly helped the Suns.
Yeah, and Rudy T felt like that his outcourt shooting let him down. He didn't have a good running game. Maxwell, he's certainly outstanding in both areas. Look for him to bounce back here tonight.
Now, you and I talked about it Sunday, and I mentioned it to Paul Westphal when we visited on our pregame show. The Suns did change up late in the first half and in the second half their defensive strategy against Houston, and it paid off.
Yeah, and I think he'll continue to do that. He'll trap the guards out front, but he'll do it at different times, do it in different ways to try to continue to confuse them.
Okay, we'll be back with more right after these messages.
I'm a civil engineer, so I depend on it mainly at the job site. But there was this one time my daughter calls and says, I want to...
America.
Joining Cotton and I right now here at the summit in Houston, Texas, is the president of the Phoenix Suns, Jerry Colangelo. Jerry, I think everyone knows you made it possible for 300 fans to have quite a day and a night. You were on the flight that came from Phoenix late this afternoon. Give us a little insight. How was it?
Well, it was Mardi Gras. That's the best way to describe it. The fans were so excited about this trip, about being here to cheer on the Phoenix Suns, that it was really something. The people were chanting, cheering, going through the wave. It was something I'll always remember.
It looks like a happy flight and a happy bunch of fans that are here.
Well, Jerry, you know, you've been in the business 28 years, counting the 2 years with the Bulls. You were around Bill Veeck, the guy who was in baseball, who did a lot of things. I got to believe this is the greatest thing that you've ever been involved in, and you're truly enjoying it.
Well, I'm enjoying it because I know how much the people are enjoying it. The 300+ people who are here are representing the entire Valley of the Sun, not just themselves. And the reason it was so gratifying is that it was spontaneous. It wasn't planned. It just happened, and it happened in a big, big way.
Now, how difficult was it to get those tickets? Because I remember Sunday evening, you were in the Suns locker room after the victory, and all of a sudden you said, well, they didn't sell this place out today. Let's buy some tickets. How tough was it to get these tickets?
Well, what I did, Al, is I got on the plane and went home, and I said to Tom Ambrose, make sure you get 500 tickets. He disappointed me. We had 360. We were happy to get the 360. And that's what the Rockets were able to give us, and we had to take it.
You know, it's interesting because when the Suns came out on the floor just a moment ago, and the Suns fans are seated at various locations around the summit, I could see the players looking up in the air, pointing at the fans. They know they're here.
They know they're here, and that's the reason they're here. We want to support this team every way we can.
Well, Jerry, you know what would top it all off, don't you, tonight?
I sure do.
Do you think the Rockets are not going to be ready to play this ball game?
The Rockets will be more than ready. They know this is a must game for them, God. We've been here before in this kind of a situation, and I do think we're up for it.
Okay, we'll let you go and find your seat up with all those fans and enjoy the ball game, and we'll see you after the win, Jerry.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. Cotton, one thing we did want to mention is the fact that Sam Cassell, who did not play, he was suspended for game 1 of this series, will be back this evening. He's a backup guard for Houston, and for the Suns, Mark West did not play. Now, the team doctor told me just a moment ago, West is ready. He can play, but he hasn't scrimmaged, he hasn't worked out. Coach Paul Westphal will just have to wait and see.
Well, number one, I had breakfast with Paul this morning. If West doesn't really feel good, he would be afraid to use him against a great player like Olajuwon. If he was up against somebody who was slow at foot and everything, he might use West. The only way I think he'll use West if Miller, Joe Klein, Charles Barkley, A.C. Green all get into foul trouble. Rudy T said he missed Sam Cassell, and he's excited about him being back in the lineup.
Well, Oliver Miller started on Sunday. He played 20 minutes. He didn't score a lot, but he had 11 big rebounds.
Again, Paul saying if we could get 10 rebounds out of Oliver Miller, have him out there on the court intimidating a few of the Rockets' drives to the basket, he'll be happy with that.
Now, Charles Barkley had 21 points and 12 rebounds in the victory on Sunday. So that's, I guess you would say, is an average game for Charles, but he had a big defensive job because he was defending against Hakeem Olajuwon a great deal of the game.
I thought that was the best part of his game, the fact that he was after Olajuwon, frustrating Olajuwon on a couple occasions, knowing that nobody can stop Hakeem Olajuwon. You just try to contain him.
Okay, the stage is set for this one. Game 2, almost a must for this Houston Rocket Ball Club, but the Suns wanting to come away with 2 victories here in the Lone Star State. That means a win tonight. We'll be back with starting lineups right after these messages.
Okay, broke your losing streak.
I don't see what's so great about it.
Whoa, hey, where's the fire, son? I'm a gambler. You're a gunfighter.
If I decided to go up against you, I mean, what chance would I have had? 0.
Coming this May 20th.
Want to see it again?
Mel Gibson.
Don't worry. Nothing to worry about. I got it all under control.
Jodie Foster.
Don't you think you should go out there and help him?
James Garner.
After he's worked so hard, he might resent it.
A Richard Donner film. Maverick. Rated PG. Starts Friday, May 20th at a theater near you.
Well, Cotton, when I talked with Paul Westphal before the game, we mentioned the defensive job that the Suns were able to do on the starting guards for Houston on Sunday. Of course, Vernon Maxwell has been a pretty big scorer for them. He played 44 minutes, had only 3 points, and that one three-pointer was all the scoring he did. That was very early in the ball game. Kenny Smith had 16, but Vernon Maxwell, certainly the type of player that can explode.
But Al, in the Portland series, Vernon Maxwell hurt his hand.
And also an ankle.
And I don't know how much that bothered him. Vernon's not the kind of guy that would cop out and say, you know, I was hurt, that's why I couldn't play. He just said, hey, I didn't do my job. I let my team down. I'm going to have to do a better job here. Kenny Smith, again, tough player. I think he also got hurt the fact that Cassell couldn't play. Scott Brooks has not been playing, and it hurt him a great deal.
Well, he played more minutes. Again, we're talking about Vernon Maxwell than any of the Houston players. He and Olajuwon with 44. And it'll be interesting to see what kind of a ball game he has tonight. Now, we checked some of the playoffs here with the West and the East. The East, of course, last night, Indiana opened with a victory over Atlanta, and we just have learned that the New York Knicks defeated Chicago at Madison Square Garden to take a 2-0 lead. Right now, we're going to go to center court where Hakeem Olajuwon is being presented with the NBA Defensive Player of the Year award.
Well, he certainly deserves it. He had a lot of competition for it. But I don't have anything bad to say about that guy. He really comes out. He works hard, tries to block everything he can. He certainly jams up the middle for the Rockets. There's no doubt in my mind the Rockets win 58 games with Hakeem. Without Hakeem, I think they'd struggle to win 41.
Well, we'll get the starting lineups now for these two ball clubs. And first of all, for the visiting Phoenix Suns. And again, the Suns here on Sunday afternoon came away with a 91-87 victory over the Houston Ball Club to take the 1-0 lead in this best-of-7 series. Game 3 coming up at America West Arena on Friday evening. That's a 7:30 start. Then Game 4 also will be played in Phoenix, and that will be at 12 o'clock noon. If there's a Game 5, the clubs would return back to Houston for a game next Tuesday, and it will continue. It would be the following Thursday in Phoenix, and if it went to full 7, the following Saturday back here in Houston, Texas. They did not have a sellout on Sunday. Some of the Rocket players were very critical of their fans, but they do have a sellout tonight.
Yeah, they certainly do, Al. I'll be waiting to see when Vernon Maxwell is introduced. He was the most vocal. If he gets all cheers, part cheers, and some boos.
Well, ready now for the introduction of the Phoenix Suns. In backcourt, Kevin Johnson. He had 21 points on Sunday. KJ out of Cal, of course, in his 7th year. Dan Majerle, the other starting guard, 6'6", 220, his 6th year from Central Michigan. Charles Barkley being introduced at one forward spot, his 10th year from Auburn at 6'6". The other at center is Oliver Miller. The other forward, Cedric Sabanos, of course, out of Cal State Fullerton. And Oliver Miller, as he did on Sunday, will start in place of Mark West. Miller in his 2nd year from Arkansas. Paul Westphal, the head coach for the Suns. His staff, Scotty Robertson and Lionel Hollins. Again, the starters for the Suns here tonight. Up front, the forwards are Cedric Sabanos and Charles Barkley. Oliver Miller at center. Kevin Johnson and Dan Majerle will be the starting guards. Suns won their final 7 games of the regular season, and they won their first 4 playoff games, so 11 in a row now for the Houston Rockets. Their starters being introduced as they have dimmed the lights. Actually, we're getting Ray Childress, Cotton, who's a defensive alignment for the Houston Oilers, to come out and fire up this crowd a little bit. That's Ray Childress. He's a defensive lineman for the National Football League Oilers, and he's trying to get these fans cranked up. Little cheerleading going on.
Well, sometimes Houston has been disappointed with their team. The Oilers have been on the verge of being one of the great teams in the NFL, but they've never been able to get to that championship game, and they suffer because of it.
Now we will have the introduction of the starters. And Vernon Maxwell, I guess mixed reaction. A few boos, a few cheers. Vernon Maxwell, one starting guard. Kenny Smith, his 7th year from North Carolina, the other starter in backcourt. Robert Ory, one starting forward from Alabama, 6'10" in his 2nd year. Otis Thorpe, he's the veteran on this ball club out of Providence, a 10-year pro at 6'10". And the center, of course, the NBA Defensive Player of the Year, Hakeem Olajuwon, the 7-footer out of Houston in his 10th season. The head coach is Rudy Tomjanovich for the Houston Rockets. And the Rockets realize they need to win a game at home.
They certainly do, Al. Look for the Rockets to try to get better looks for threes, long range tonight. They definitely want to get some runouts. They want to get some fast breaks, easy buckets for them. And also, the Rockets want to try to attack the pressure defense, the trapping defense of the Suns a lot better than they did in game one.
Again, those Houston starters tonight, the same that started on Sunday. Robert Horry, Otis Thorpe, the forwards. Akeem Olajuwon at center. Kenny Smith and Vernon Maxwell in backcourt. The NBA officials, the three-man crew working this playoff game here in Houston are Dan Crawford, Jake O'Donnell, and Tommy Nunez.
Jake O'Donnell, probably rated the best official in the NBA, working this ball game. Normally what I say when Jake goes on the court, hey guys, no complaining. Jake will take care of business. You take care of your business. Let's watch very carefully to see if the Suns continue to shuffle their defense, trap the guards, try to keep the ball out of Olajuwon's hand, and if he does catch the ball, make it on the right side of the court rather than the left side of the court. That's what they were doing in game one.
Our Blue Cross Blue Shield injury report for the Suns. Mark West has been out with a bad foot. He is in uniform. He is available for duty. That's what team physician Richard Emerson has told us. Paul Westphal says he just would like to see West practice scrimmage before using him, but we'll wait and see what happens in this one here tonight. Suns in their road uniforms, of course. Purple trimmed in orange, white, and black. The Rockets in their home white trimmed in red and gold. And as you know, there are some Phoenix fans here. They'll be trying to make themselves heard over this sellout Houston Rocket crowd. On Sunday, the Rockets got off to a quick start. They led by 10 at the end of the first period, by as many as 18 early in the second quarter. But the Suns, from that point on, the Phoenix Suns started to take over and, of course, came away with a win. Ready for the jump ball to start this ball game. Oliver Miller will step into that center circle for the Suns. Akeem Olajuwon for the Rockets, and the Suns get the tip. Sabatos holds it and then just hands the ball back to Kevin Johnson. KJ played defensively with Kenny Smith. Out to Oliver Miller, bounces low to Sabatos. One dribble, he better hurry. Shoots it, won't get it. Olajuwon with the rebound. Sabatos took maybe a little extra time on that shot. In the corner, Horry. Here's the bounce pass to Olajuwon to Kenny Smith. Here's the three-pointer, and he got it, and that's the outside shooting the Rockets want.
That's what they want. That's what they feel they need to win.
So it's an early 3-0 Houston lead. Kevin Johnson over on the right side of the court. Then Kenny Smith defending against him. KJ with the baseline drive. Out to Oliver Miller. Miller puts it on the floor, takes it inside, has it knocked away. Kenny Smith gathers it in, and it's the Rockets on the run, but Kenny Smith will drive and score. Block shot, layup on the other end for the Rockets.
The Rockets got both things that Rudy T talked about, the long out-court shot and the breakaways.
Just as they did on Sunday, the Rockets have come out very emotional and ready to go. Now here's Barkley in for the jam, and his one-on-one play puts the Suns up on the scoreboard, 5-2 Houston. Kenny Smith over on the right side. The lob goes into Olajuwon. He's at the baseline right. Waits as he one-hands the basketball. Fakes the drive. He's used the dribble. Now comes out to Maxwell. He'll put up a three-pointer. It is short. Rebound Barkley. Barkley starts out of backcourt. Beats Majerle out on the break and looked like he was hit and fouled. But the ball was what Maxwell got his hand on, and that deflects it out of bounds. Good play by Maxwell of Houston.
Looked like Majerle was going to get a stuff there, but Maxwell has great speed and was able to catch him.
Now the Suns inbound to Barkley. He'll shoot a three. Shazam! What a shot! Whataburger sends $50 to Suns charities, and Charles Barkley's tied the ball game.
Certainly has. And again, the Suns making the Rockets take it down the right side.
Kenny Smith on the dribble, holds up, feeds out to Otis Thorpe. Thorpe the lob in underneath for Horry now. Horry flips the ball out of bounds. One of the Suns apparently deflected it. And with 8 seconds on the shot clock, Houston will have possession. Let's see who the Rockets want to throw the ball in from out of bounds. Nobody yet. Now finally Robert Horry will slide over to the baseline. 8 seconds for Houston to get a shot off. Kenny Smith breaks over to the ball, gets the inbound pass. Majerle taking him defensively. Smith out front on the drive to Olajuwon. 16-footer, not good. Rebound tip. Ory's there as it knocked away by Majerle. Saved underneath by Thorpe. Miller goes for the block. Foul will be called by referee Tommy Nunez on the Suns' Oliver Miller.
That time, Barkley and Cedric Ceballos battled for the ball, but Otis Thorpe kept it alive, got it to Ory. They knocked it away from Ory, back to Thorpe, and Miller had to reach over and foul him to keep him from the stop.
Otis Thorpe's first free throw is around and off. During the regular season, he had only 65% from the line.
And he's only 4 for 8 in the playoffs, so now 4 for 9, so he's under 50%. If you're going to foul somebody, Otis Thorpe is the man.
Thorpe out of Providence. His next free throw is good. He got one of the two. And that'll break the tie and put the Houston Rockets up 6-5. Kevin Johnson down the right side with the basketball. KJ keeps it going up and down on the dribble. Ceballos trying to get loose underneath now. KJ is going to be trapped and double teamed. He'll feed Majerle. Over it comes to Barkley. Barkley on the drive at the baseline is fouled, and he gets the shot. Count it. Baseline left side 14 feet away with people hanging on him. And Barkley will go to the free throw line, and Otis Thorpe will pick up the foul.
So the score is Barkley 7, the Rockets 6. Charles has been really tough offensively. Shot clock running down. He knew he had to take the shot. Got the Rockets up in the air, went into him, still finished it off. We'll try to make a three-pointer.
Barkley 4 of 5 free throws in the opening game of this series on Sunday, when he had 21 points and 12 rebounds. And this free throw's up and good. 8-6, Suns lead it. 9 minutes, 30 seconds plus the time remaining in this opening quarter. Along with Cotton Fitzsimmons, Al McCoy here in Houston. Loose ball, but Maxwell's able to retrieve it for the Rockets. Maxwell goes inside Otis Thorpe. Thorpe with a little jump hook, good. Ceballos was there to try and double team, but didn't reach in. And Thorpe got the shot underneath for the Houston Ball Club to tie it at 8 apiece. Kevin Johnson, right side, goes to Ceballos. One bounce. He has it knocked down by Ory. Out of bounds. Suns will have it. Ceballos was open, but as soon as they saw the pass going in, Ory and Hakeem double-teamed Ceballos.
Well, Olajuwon fouled on the play. Jake O'Donnell let him get away with it. He went right across the arm of Ceballos on that play.
4 blocks for Houston here in the opening quarter. Ceballos inbounding. Barkley against Otis Thorpe. Barkley starts the drive. Thorpe stays with him. Barkley the other way. Fades, looks, shoots, scores. Boy, did he work for that shot.
He worked for it. Shot clock running down again. Had to take the shot.
All 10 points of the Suns have been scored by Sir Charles. Here's Ory on the right side. Inside Olajuwon. He works his way in deep with Miller. The fake, the shot won't go, and Miller with a rebound. Miller's outlet to Kevin Johnson. Ahead it goes to Barkley. Just wasn't looking for the pass. Tough luck. Suns lose it out of bounds, and Barkley says, my fault.
Yeah, he knew it was his fault. Normally, KJ doesn't give Barkley the ball that far out, but the Suns had the numbers, and KJ tried to push it up quick.
Lead pass comes to Thorpe. Majerle trying to knock it away. Can't come up with a steal. Thorpe passes down the left side for Maxwell. Maxwell for Olajuwon. He's on the perimeter left. Puts it on the floor. Here's the drive in the lane. Back to Maxwell, but hold the phone. We got a stop and play. Referee Jake O'Donnell going to make the call here. And it's going to be foul on Oliver Miller, and that'll be his second personal.
Yeah, and you don't want him in foul trouble because Mark West is hurt, and he might have to play him late if Oliver fouls out.
New shot clock for Houston. Ory left side. Bounce the ball into Hakeem Olajuwon. Here's that jump hook, that famous jump hook. Good 5 feet away.
Now you see why the Suns don't want that guy on the left side of the court. He can turn right and shoot that hook.
10-10 tie. Kevin Johnson goes cross court for Barkley. Barkley's going to put up a 3. Won't get it. Rebound. Miller, good. Oliver Miller on the offensive rebound. Jams it through. Heads up play by the O Show.
And the Suns had Houston's defense doing a little scrambling.
12-10, Phoenix on top. Kenny Smith across the three-point stripe. Here's the bounce pass going to Olajuwon. Has to chase it a bit to come up with the catch, but he does. Looks to back down. He scrambles, and Majerle double teaming makes the steal. Suns come up with the ball. Defense pays off. Pass deflected. Who's going to come up with it? Olajuwon. Knocked down underneath. Ceballos has it. Great hustle by the Suns. Ceballos shoots it off the glass too hard. Missed the 8-footer in the lane. Ory rebounds. Out to Maxwell. Maxwell with KJ to beat. Takes it to the hoop, and Kevin Johnson blocks it. But Thorpe saves it. And Barkley blocks it. Oh, brother. Over to Kevin Johnson. We're seeing some excellent defensive play by both clubs. Kevin Johnson to Ceballos. Layup underneath. No. Rebound battle. And Olajuwon gets it. Bounce pass to Maxwell. High dribble out of backcourt. Here's the drive. He's open to the hoop for the layup.
What happened that time, Al? Barkley, Ceballos, Miller chased the ball after the Rockets got it. Left nobody back but KJ and Majerle with the numbers against them.
Game is tied now, 12 apiece. Almost halfway through the opening quarter. Here's Barkley, baseline fake, the drive to the hoop, miss it with the left hand. Rebound Ori. Barkley goes down to the floor. Out to Kenny Smith. Push it up quickly to Thorpe. Underneath it goes to Olajuwon, and he misses. Rebound tip to the side to Kevin Johnson. Both clubs pushing the ball up quickly. Both clubs crashing the boards. KJ right side. 14-footer on the way. Swish, it's good. 14-12 Suns, and Kevin Johnson gets the basket.
Yeah, and he leaned in to Kenny Smith, and he said something that time to Jake O'Donnell. That's something he should not do, because Jake never forgets.
Timeout Houston with 6 minutes and 13 seconds left in this opening quarter. Suns 14, Houston 12. Back after the full timeout.
America West.
Right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on this, the Suns Basketball Network.
You're watching Phoenix Suns basketball on KUTP-TV 45, Phoenix.
Well, Charles Barkley scored the first 10 points for the Suns, but then Oliver Miller got on the act with a nice offensive tip.
Yeah, Charles took an out-court shot, and then Miller went very strong in there and just stuffed it down. And it was good to see somebody else score, because Charles couldn't do it all night. The defense has been super. Houston has 5 blocks in the game. Suns have 3. Not a lot of whistles. I think when that timeout came, both teams needed it. Physically, they were all gasping for air.
Suns are 6 of 14 shooting. Houston's 5 of 11. This is Vernon Maxwell against the Suns' Kevin Johnson. Maxwell has used the dribble. We wait, and we are going to get an illegal defense warning called against the Phoenix Suns.
That was a technicality. What happened was Majerle's man screened across on Barkley. Majerle stayed there to guard Barkley's man until Charles got to him. Then he went to his man. Nunez called a quick one.
New shot clock for the Rockets as a result. Kenny Smith going into Otis Thorpe. Thorpe turns, his hook shot good. Otis Thorpe, tough shot, but he knocked it down.
Tough shot, but in too close. Charles has got to beat him up there a little further so he's not so close to the hoop.
Game tied at 14. Barkley left of the lane. Thorpe defending against him. That's the matchup right now. Barkley waiting. Oliver Miller comes out on top to pull Olajuwon away. Now from the corner shot, going to be waved off. No, they're going to count it. Count the hoop. There was an illegal defense. Then they waved it off when the basket went.
And the illegal was on Olajuwon.
Right.
He started to go to double team Barkley. He stopped. Jake O'Donnell picked it up quick.
And it's 16-14. Phoenix on top. Kenny Smith waiting as Dan Majerle moves with him defensively. The Suns look like they're trapping defensively. Now the ball goes out front to Olajuwon. Back to Kenny Smith. Olajuwon breaks inside. He's got Kevin Johnson on him in a mismatch. Baseline shot good. 8-footer left side.
Oliver Miller has to know that screen's there, and he has to get quick as he can to Olajuwon.
Tied at 16. Oliver Miller in the high post left of the key area. Gets the ball to Barkley left of the lane. Barkley with his back to the basket against Thorpe. Out front to KJ, now to Majerle. Majerle starts to drive. Wants to go to the hoop. Off the glass too hard with the left hand. On the rebound. Got a foul called. Cedric Ceballos reaching in. He'll pick up the personal foul.
Majerle missed the layup, but you got to give Olajuwon the point because he got up there high. If Majerle doesn't put it up there high, Olajuwon gets another block.
Well, on Sunday, the Rockets came out, grabbed a 10-point lead. They haven't done that here this evening. The shot from out front by Kenny Smith won't fall. Rebound comes down to Oliver Miller, his 4th of the opening quarter for the Suns. To KJ. He'll penetrate. Feeds it out to Barkley. Barkley fakes, goes in low to Ceballos. This time, he'll score a reverse layup.
They made Olajuwon work. KJ penetrated. Olajuwon came to him. He threw it to Barkley. Barkley penetrated. Olajuwon came to him. Finally got set the ball for an easy hoop.
18-16 Phoenix. Olajuwon low on the left side. Fakes, goes to the baseline. He'll miss the 12-footer. Ceballos to the rebound. Suns doing a nice job on their defensive boards here in the first quarter. Up to Kevin Johnson. Jumper from 20 straight away. Looks good. Is good.
KJ came up. Vernon Maxwell backed up about 2 steps. He took the shot.
20-16 Phoenix. Now the Suns are going to double team. Smithy gets it to Thorpe West to help out. Out front, Olajuwon over to Maxwell. Open for about an 18-20 footer. No good. Rebound is off Barkley and grabbed by Oliver Miller. Up to KJ. Push it up in a hurry. Bounce it to Majerle. Go to the hoop and score it.
Suns had the numbers. They played good defense on the other end. Got the numbers on the Rockets and executed a perfect fast break.
22-16, Suns lead. 3.5 minutes left in the opening quarter. Robert Horry straddling the three-point line into Otis Thorpe. Thorpe trying to back down on Barkley. Keeps coming, goes in. Reverse layup, good. Kind of an off-balance shot with his back to the basket, but Thorpe able to knock it down for the Rockets, and Thorpe has 7 points. He leads Houston in scoring. 22-18, Phoenix. Barkley on the perimeter. He wants to shoot another three. Shazam! What can you say?
Well, you knew he would because Thorpe just scored on him. Charles says, I'm coming right back in your face, Otis.
And Whataburger sends $50 to Suns Charities, and Barkley has 15 points in the opening period. Horry inside to Otis Thorpe again. Thorpe waiting, back out to Horry. Horry from three-point range, won't get it. Oliver Miller gobbles up the rebound. Up to Majerle again. Majerle crisscross to the left side. Stops. Oh, look for Miller, but it's knocked down by Maxwell who makes the steal. And now it's Houston with a 3-on-1 break, and they score with Kenny Smith.
You turn it over. They'll get the easy hoop.
Turn it over, and you pay the price. 25-20. The Suns with 2.5 minutes left here in the opening quarter. Kevin Johnson, right side. Behind a Miller screen. Gives the ball to Ceballos. He breaks in for a jam. Didn't get it. Rebound Karam's to the side. And Vernon Maxwell controls the basketball for Houston. Maxwell slices to the bucket. Scoop shot. Good. Maxwell and the Rockets hustle back defensively.
There was the difference. Suns had a stuff.
Now here's the drive by Kevin Johnson. He'll draw the foul. We'll get a timeout here. And the foul is going to be on Kenny Smith. We have 2:08 left opening quarter. Suns 25, Rockets 22. Back after the full timeout. Well, one of the best defensive gems, and we say it so often, gotten a block shot. What usually happens at the other end? A layup.
A layup. Otis Thorpe came over, made a nice block. Kenny Smith, Vernon Maxwell made him pay for it. Just took it back to the other end, laid it in because there was no shot blocker there for the Suns.
Well, a reminder that Neiman Marcus, located in Scottsdale Fashion Square, provides Suns head coach Paul Westphal with his outstanding wardrobe. Neiman Marcus.
I tell you, this is an up-tempo first quarter. Miller has 6 rebounds. Barkley 6 for 8 and 15 points. Olajuwon 2 for 6 and 4 points. Otis Thorpe against Barkley, working on him a little. 3 out of 4 for 7 points. Suns 4 of 13 on layups because Houston has 6 blocks.
And the Suns are shooting 52% from the field. Houston at even 50%. And here's KJ. Kevin Johnson going to the free throw line. He was fouled by Houston's Kenny Smith just prior to the timeout. So KJ will shoot 2, and his first one is up and good. In the opening game of this series, KJ scores had 20 points. He had 12 assists and was 2 out of 3 from the free throw line. Next free throw's up, and that one won't go, and Olajuwon rebounds it. 26-22. Phoenix Suns leading the Houston Rockets here with now 2 minutes left in the opening quarter. Vernon Maxwell, angle left side. Looks in underneath, and he has Thorpe wide open right underneath. Lay it up and in.
Suns now will bring it up, make sure they get a good shot. Thorpe working on Barkley. They're going to make Charles play some defense tonight.
26-24 Suns. KJ drives in deep. Can't get a shot off. Throws it out front. Barkley can't get to it, and the Suns turn it over as it goes out of bounds, and that is turnover number 4 for the Suns.
Yeah, you don't want to have a lot of turnovers. Game 1, I think they turned it over 11 times. So Suns are not turning it over too many times. Olajuwon has now left the game. See if the Suns take advantage.
Herrera's checked in. Here's the drive by Maxwell. Oh, he flies in for the jam. Hangs on the rim and ties this ball game at 26. Joe Klein in the Phoenix lineup. Closing minute and 22 seconds of the first quarter, and here's a foul on Kenny Smith. KJ moving to his right to the baseline. We mentioned Joe Klein. He's checked in for the Suns, the veteran out of Arkansas. And Carl Herrera from Houston in his 3rd year at 6'9". And now also coming in is Sam Cassell, the 6'3" first-year guard from Florida State. He'll replace Kenny Smith.
Well, Kenny picked up his 2nd foul. The only way you stop KJ is to hold him. Jake O'Donnell says you got to let go.
Ball game is tied. Now Barkley, double team. Cross court to Danny Ainge, who's also into the Suns lineup now. Ainge driving. Out it comes to Majerle. Here's his first three-point try. Shazam! He got it.
You notice how three-point shooters look for other three-point shooters on the court?
That's the Suns' third three, and Whataburger sends $50 to Suns Charities. Here's Sam Cassell, top of the key. Out to Ori. Inside Herrera. Herrera with the turnaround. It won't go. Rebound underneath. AC Green, who's in the Suns lineup, has picked it off. So Green, Ainge in there now. Here's Barkley. Fakes left, drives right. He's got some room, but throws it out front to Majerle. Now to Danny Ainge. His three. He got it. Shazam. He got it. And the Suns have three-pointers from Ainge and Majerle and lead at 32-26. Now Cassell's going to be blocked and fouled just as he comes over the time stripe. And the foul going to be on Danny Ainge of the Suns.
Well, Ainge tried to get his body out there in front of him, just couldn't do it. The Suns had a foul to take. And then interesting, Majerle threw the ball to Ainge. Ainge threw the ball to Majerle. They both love the threes.
32-26, the Suns on top, closing 30 seconds of the opening quarter. Cassell out front with a basketball for Houston. Edges to his left now. Now starts to back against Dan Majerle. Thorpe comes out. Let's see if he sets a screen. Now Cassell to his right. Now behind the screen. Will put up about an 18-footer. Good. Sam Cassell.
Sam Cassell, good shooter. Outstanding shooter. All year long, he's helped the Rocket Ball Club.
And it's 32-28, the Suns. Cassell did not play in the opening game. He'd been suspended when he was ejected in the final game in the Portland series for Houston. Now KJ on the drive. He's got the step. Doesn't take the shot. Feeds it out to Majerle, who will. He'll miss the three. And the first quarter has come to an end here at the Summit in Houston, Texas. With the score after one. Phoenix Suns 32, Houston Rockets 28. And the second quarter coming right up.
This is
McCoy and Cotton Fitzsimmons here in Houston. Statistically, this game is about as even as you can get, but the Suns have hit 4 of 6 from three-point range.
And that is the difference, as you say. They're both the same field goal-wise. Not many free throws. Again, 10 rebounds apiece. The turnovers are about the same, but those three-pointers, Ainge looking for Majerle, Majerle looking for Ainge. They made all of it happen. Suns up by 4, but did not take advantage of Olajuwon being out of the game.
Sam Cassell will bring the ball up offensively for the Rockets. Olajuwon back in the ball game. He's out at a high post, played by AC Green. Out of Maxwell. They go right to Hakeem. He turns, can't shoot it, goes to Cassell in the corner, shoots a three and buries it. Well, Cassell's 2 for 2. Hit a 20-footer. Now he hits a three-point field goal. And that cuts the Phoenix lead down to 32-31. Kevin Johnson goes right, now left, goes to the hoop and scores. And he went right at Cassell. Here's a steal of the inbound pass by Majerle. Majerle puts up a three. Shazam! He got it. Majerle stole the pass. Ellie was inbounding it, and he knocks down the super shot of the NBA.
Give all of that play to Dan Majerle.
Cassell looking for Olajuwon. Out front it comes to Maxwell. Now to Olajuwon, who had to push off to get the ball, but he does, and he goes to that baseline. 6 feet away, he scores.
AC had him covered beautifully. He made him shoot the fadeaway base.
Suns with the lineup of Barkley, AC Green, Majerle, Ainge, and Kevin Johnson. Danny Ainge left of the key. Dishes back to Majerle. Majerle waiting. Now feeds it underneath to Barkley, who's held. And we're going to get a foul called on Sam Cassell. The Rockets have Mario Ellie, Carl Herrera, Hakeem Olajuwon, Vernon Maxwell, and Sam Cassell. That's their 5 on the floor.
Well, Barkley, smart play. Pass went into him. He saw Cassell. Cassell came over to help. And Barkley, instead of just taking a one-shot foul, he went ahead and put the shot up. Comes away with 2 shots.
Barkley at the free throw line. He has 15 points on 6 of 8 shooting from the field, including a couple of threes. This free throw is up and in. Just into the second quarter, Rudy Tomjanovich in his 3rd year as the head coach of the Rockets. What a playing career he had.
He certainly has, and his numbers up there in the rafters. One of the best players in the history of the franchise.
Barkley takes his time at the charity stripe for the Suns. Gets both free throws. 39-33. Phoenix leads it. Sam Cassell, first year in the NBA, goes to Olajuwon, who comes out of the high post left of the key. Gives the pass back to Cassell, out to Maxwell, fakes right, moves left, now to Cassell again. Inside Olajuwon, they double team. He tries to get loose for the hook. He will. He'll get the roll. He'll score. Olajuwon.
Give him credit. He was double teamed. Got it low enough, though, that he thought he could still score and did.
8 points for Olajuwon. 39-35 Phoenix here in the second quarter. Barkley parallel to free throw line on the left side. Gets the pass out to Ames. Now to Majerle. Majerle against Ellie. Into Barkley. Behind the back to KJ. Baseline 10-footer. Yes, indeed.
How sweet it is. Barkley, one of the better passers in the league when he's double teamed.
41-35 Suns. Now Cassell drives. Ball is knocked away. We're going to get a foul called. And the foul going to be on Dan Majerle. Oliver Miller will check in. A moment ago, that was a beautiful behind-the-back pass by Barkley.
Well, he just sees the entire floor. He knows who's open. KJ finished it off. Paul Westphal complaining because Cassell was trying to pass that basketball to Olajuwon, but Dan Crawford and Tommy Nunez conferred about it. Crawford said no, he was shooting.
Well, he'll go to the free throw line and get the first one. Here's the second one, and that is also good. Cassell, an 84% free thrower during the regular season, so you don't want to put him on the line. 41-37. Phoenix leading. Dan Majerle out of backcourt. Maxwell comes from the side and makes the steal. Then we're going to timeout call. We're going to get a timeout call with 9:58 left in the half. 41-37 Suns. Will be back after this full timeout.
America.
Well, a reminder to make sure you stop by Subway and pick up a Phoenix Suns sports bottle. Just $1.99 when it's filled with Coca-Cola. And 25 cents of that goes to Suns charities, available exclusively at Subway. Well, just before the timeout, Vernon Maxwell came from the side, stole the ball from Dan Majerle, and then Majerle retaliates and picks up the foul. Maxwell just reached in, got it. Majerle trying to get it back, picks up a pushing foul.
Well, most of the time, Paul Westphal won't make Majerle bring the basketball up the court against Vernon Maxwell. Vernon has all that speed, all that quickness. He tried to run a different play that time, wanted KJ down on the baseline, and it cost him.
Barkley with 17 points leads the Suns in scoring. Thorpe has 9 to lead Houston. 41-37. Phoenix leads. Rockets basketball. Oliver Miller with Green and Barkley, the Phoenix front line. Majerle and KJ the guards. Cassell out front. Breaks through. Here's the drive. Taken to the hoop with the left hand and scored.
Too many layups in the ball game for the Rockets. Too many uncontested layups.
9 points for Sam Cassell. And the Suns are going to have to put a stop on him. Here's Oliver Miller's pass, stolen by Cassell. Gets the ball to Maxwell. A young rookie who's playing with a lot of confidence for Houston. 41-39, the Suns. Mario Ellie left of the key, now backs away on the dribble. Here's the bounce pass to Olajuwon. Back to Ellie's got some room. He drives, now feeds Olajuwon. Wide open from the baseline. 15-footer good. Game tied.
And the Rockets trying to take control of this game with 9 minutes to go.
They have scored 6 straight points. Kevin Johnson against Sam Cassell. Ball comes to Oliver Miller. He turns and faces the basket. He's out of the high post, right of the key. Dish to Barkley. Herrera playing him. A lot of holding going on in underneath. Bruce Green tries to shake loose. Here's Barkley's shot. Won't get it. Rebound Olajuwon. Barkley's shot was from the perimeter over on the left side. Back it comes to Sam Cassell. He has come in and really given this Houston ball club a lift in the second quarter. Into Olajuwon. His fake, his jump hook, no good. Rebound AC Green. Tied at 41. Green will bring the ball up. Keeps the dribble going. Feeds it back out to Oliver Miller. Miller, top of the key, goes to his left, bounces it to Barkley. Barkley against Herrera. Barkley double team, feeds it out to Majerle. The three-pointer, Shazam! And Whataburger sends another $50 to Suns charities on Thunder Dan's super shot.
And Rudy T puts both fingers up to his temple as if to say, hey, cut it out.
Here's Olajuwon in the lane. Out it comes to Ellie. Ellie on the drive. Green knocks it away. And the outside official now is going to call the foul. And it's going to be on AC Green, I'm sure. Green comes out to question it. It's a holding call And they'll send Majerle to the free throw line for the Houston Rockets.
AC went out for the steal, thought he had the ball, but one thing you don't want to do, like it or not, don't challenge Jake O'Donnell because you won't get the call.
44-41. Suns lead it with Ellie at the Houston free throw line. He will miss the first of two. Game 3 in this series, Friday night, 7:30, America West Arena in Phoenix.
Ellie also injured. He has the fingers on his shooting hand have been jammed and injured. They're taped up, and it's thrown his shot off a little bit.
And he gets the second free throw. 2-point lead for the Suns, 44-42. Ball finally placed in the hands of Kevin Johnson as he works against Cassell. KJ starts to move. Blocking foul be called on Cassell. That's his second.
Yeah, Sam Cassell has a hard time staying up with KJ. He's pumped up, doing the very best he can. He doesn't have to worry about guarding KJ. He's come in here and really sparked this ball club with his shooting as well as a big steal a minute ago.
Otis Thorpe in, replacing Herrera for the Rockets. Suns new shot clock. Inbound Oliver Miller. Now comes to KJ on the right side. His bounce pass to Barkley, who's set up right in the lane area this time. Barkley starts the dribble against Thorpe. Backs down, moves, feeds the pass out to Kevin Johnson. About a 20-footer. Not good. Rebound Hakeem Olajuwon for Houston. Out it goes to Sam Cassell. Makes his way down the left side of the court. Goes into Otis Thorpe. Thorpe posting up. Wheels it out to Ellie, who will shoot a three-pointer. Short. Rebound banged around, and Olajuwon has it. Out to Maxwell for three. No good. Rebound off Barkley, out of bounds. Houston's possession.
Nothing you could do about that one. Good rebounding that time by the Rockets, coming away with it. Barkley went after that rebound, but it just barely grazed the front of the rim and basically hit him in the chest.
13 rebounds for Houston, 11 for the Suns so far in the game. Out it comes to Ellie, now to Olajuwon. Right of the lane. Here's that jump hook. Won't get it. Rebound comes down to Barkley. Outlet pass stolen by Cassell. Cassell steals it at midcourt. Over to Maxwell. He'll try another three. He was due but didn't get it, and Barkley with a rebound. And now we got a foul called on Barkley. Called by Danny Crawford. With 7 minutes left here in the first half.
Paul Westphal going to come in here with Danny Ainge and Cedric Savalas. Some of his people haven't been out. Barkley upset with himself because he didn't come away with that pass a minute ago. Through the long pass, got it intercepted. He is really complaining right now.
He's going to come out of the ball game. Houston has possession. Here's Thorpe. Out to Cassell. Cassell rolls to his left with the basketball on the dribble. Now comes back the other way. Bounces it over to Kenny Smith, who's returned. His 22-footer in and out, won't go. Thorpe rebound, scores. Thorpe had the inside position. Game is tied 44 with 6 minutes and 43 seconds remaining here in the first half. Danny Ainge gets the inbound pass up to KJ. Puts it up in a hurry. Bring it down the right side. Has a 15-foot jump shot, but it won't connect. Rebound Olajuwon to Cassell. So Cassell takes it in the lane. His shot off, no good. Rebound battle. Olajuwon's there for the jam. And that'll pick this crowd up as Houston has regained the lead. They have a 2-point edge. KJ against Kenny Smith. Waits. And now he's called for traveling.
The problem when you play Oliver Miller against Olajuwon, Olajuwon never guards Oliver Miller. He's always guarding whichever Sun player has the ball.
Well, we're going to get a timeout, I believe. 6 minutes, 17 seconds left in the half, and Houston has regained the lead over the Suns, 46-44. Back after the timeout. Well, the Rockets 46, the Suns 44, and the Suns with a lineup now: Cedric Savalas, Danny Ainge, AC Green, Charles Barkley, and Kevin Johnson. Houston with the basketball. Sam Cassell against Kevin Johnson. Cassell over on the left side behind a Thorpe screen. Now he's going to have an open shot from 18. Won't get it. On the rebound, Barkley. Inside position. He'll clear the glass for the Suns. Gets the pass off to Kevin Johnson. KJ coming down the left side against Casal. Keeps coming, starts the drive. Can't get rid of it, and he's double teamed, and Olajuwon makes the steal. Gives the Casal to Ellie, bounce it back to Smith. That's the 9th Phoenix turnover. Now it goes to Ellie. He'll shoot a three-pointer there. Not going to get it. Air ball grabbed by A.C. Green. Back to Danny Ainge. Ainge stops at three-point range, but doesn't take the shot. Gets the pass further out to KJ. Now to Barkley. Barkley on the drive. Baseline, about a 12-footer. Yes, indeed, and that ties it.
Paul took Oliver Miller out because he wants to make Olajuwon guard somebody. Right now, he's guarding A.C. Green.
Game has been tied 9 times. Barkley will play Olajuwon, and he gets a block. But the shot will go out of bounds. It'll belong to Houston. They'll have 17 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Robert Horry will return. He'll replace Mario Ellie in the Houston Rocket lineup. 5 minutes plus remaining in the first half. Horry inbounding to Thorpe out front. Back to Horry. Horry played for the Suns. Cedric Ceballos defensively. They want to go to Hakeem. They will. Low on the left side. In the middle, Horry. His shot. Missed the layup. A.C. Green with the rebound. Suns gamble. They triple teamed Hakeem. Horry was wide open, and he missed the layup. Now the Suns come down to Kevin Johnson. KJ still on the dribble, cuts across the lane, hands it off to Danny Ainge. Ainge back out to KJ, penetrates, feeds A.C. Green in the corner. Knocked away by Hakeem, but saved by Barkley. Barkley on the drive, forces up a shot, he's fouled. And he'll go to the line, and the foul will be on Otis Thorpe. Say everybody's invited to join Danny Ainge, Mark West, the Suns Gorilla, and yours truly aboard the Big Red Boat on August 14th. The second home game of the second round will be Fan Appreciation Night, and you'll have the opportunity to sign up the chance to win a complimentary cruise and Disney package tour, including airfare. Well, we've had a technical foul called on Houston coach Rudy Tomjanovich. Ainge will shoot the free throw.
And accused Danny Crawford of bailing out Charles Barkley when he went between Otis Thorpe and Olajuwon.
So the technical free throw shot by Ainge is good. That'll break the tie, put the Suns up by 1. And Barkley, who has scored 19 points, will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. 4 minutes and 44 seconds remain in the first half. Barkley bouncing the ball, taking his time. He looks, he shoots, and he gets the first of 2.
Charles is certainly on target tonight. He's really concentrating, really putting forth an outstanding effort. Suns are outsized because they don't really play their centers against these two big guys, Thorpe and Olajuwon. It's A.C. Green, Charles Barkley. Usually, you're either going to have Cedric Ceballos or Dan Marley battling.
Barkley gets the 2 free throws. He scored 21 points, and it's 49-46 the Suns. Kenny Smith, the lob down the left side to Olajuwon. Suns double team with Ainge and Barkley. Olajuwon throws it out to Horry. Down to baseline to Otis Thorpe. The fake, it's knocked down from the side, but Barkley will be called for the foul. Well, the Suns are doubling down, sometimes tripling down, actually, Cotton, on Olajuwon. That leaves somebody open.
But the Rockets did a nice job. Olajuwon did. He hit Horry. The problem was that when A.C. Green went out to cover Horry, he left his man Thorpe open underneath the basket. Don't ever leave the basket open. Make somebody beat you from outside. Somebody has to rotate down to cover Thorpe.
Well, Thorpe's first free throw is good. 4.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Thorpe's second free throw is good. 49-48. Phoenix on top by 1 point. Kevin Johnson and Sam Cassell matched up. That's turning into quite a battle here this evening in Houston, Texas. The bounce pass to Barkley. Barkley left of the lane, low on the left side. He wheels it out front to A.C. Green, who wants to put up a three-pointer. Shazam! How about that?
Paul Westphal said they're going to have A.C. take the three because Olajuwon just stays in the middle.
52-48. Suns lead it. The Suns are 7 of 9 three-point shooting. Cassell to Horry. Horry will shoot a 3. Not going to get it. And Barkley up for the rebound and beat Olajuwon to the ball. Out to Kevin Johnson. KJ handles it down the right side. Out to Barkley. Barkley puts up another 3. In and out, won't go. Ceballos follows. Can't get it. Green is there. He'll follow. Good if it goes. It's gone. Count it. And A.C. Green is fouled.
The reason A.C. Green and Barkley are taking the threes, trying to get the officials to see Olajuwon is nowhere around guarding them. So far, the officials haven't called the illegal defense, but Olajuwon ran for Barkley that time. When he did, nobody was at the basket. Said gets the rebound, throws it to the other side. AC finishes it off. Chance for a three-pointer.
Fouls on Robert Horry. Oliver Miller in, Charles Barkley out in the Phoenix lineup right now. And AC Green at the free throw line. And the free throw is short. Rebound. Cassell has it. He's fouled by Cedric Ceballos. Suns are over the team foul limit. So foul is on Ceballos.
You didn't want that. Said lost his balance that time. He really wasn't even after a steal. He just lost his balance.
We mentioned the Suns' three-point shooting. They're 7 of 10 now. Houston's 2 of 9. And we have 3 minutes and 42 seconds remaining in the first half.
But normally, Al, I'll be very honest, that's 70%. If the Suns continue to shoot them, I hope they do it the same way. But when the game is over, they'll probably shoot 35 to 38%.
Sam Cassell's first free throw right on target for Houston.
But one of the reasons you want to take the threes is the fact that you want Olajuwon out of there. And if that happens, they'll be able to pick up maybe some illegal defenses on him.
The second free throw wasn't good. Miller rebounded, got the ball out to KJ. He almost lost it. It wasn't a very good pass, but he controls it. KJ out front, starts right. Now comes back at three-point range with 7 seconds on the shot clock for the Suns. Starts the drive in the corner. Green will have to force up a shot. Won't get it from the corner. Rebound Horry. Suns didn't have much going offensively that time. Now it comes to Kenny Smith for the Rockets. Cross court to Cassell. Cassell looks in low to Thorpe. Out to Kenny Smith. His three-pointer. Good. That's his second three-pointer of the game. 54-51 Phoenix.
Kenny Smith opened that time. Ainge went down to double Thorpe.
Kenny. Now we've got KJ. A nice 18-footer over Cassell. Swish. It's good. Kevin Johnson knocking it down from the perimeter. 56-52 Suns. Out front, Cassell puts the ball on the floor, brings the dribble drive over to the left side. Ainge shifts over on him defensively. Now we've got some pushing, and it'll be AC Green going against Thorpe. Foul on Green. Timeout is going to be called. 2 minutes and 43 seconds remain in the first half here in Houston. The score is the Suns 56, the Houston Rockets 52. And we'll be back right after these messages.
This
56-52, the Suns leading it here late in the first half. And while we're at it, a reminder that season tickets for the Arizona Rattlers are available right now. You can call anytime. 514-TD-TD for Arizona Rattlers season tickets. 514-TD-TD.
You know, the Suns are going to arch them up from out there at the three-point range. Nobody guarding AC Green. Shocked the entire crowd when he made it. Now, the reason the Rockets get the threes is because the Suns do a lot of double teaming. The reason the Suns get the threes, Olajuwon stays in the middle. But Paul Westphal figures this way. If Kenny Smith, Sam Cassell, Vernon Maxwell, Robert Horry are all taking threes, Olajuwon's not touching the ball.
Well, going to the free throw line is going to be Otis Thorpe. He's 3 of 4 from the line and has 13 points. Olajuwon has scored 12. Kenny Smith, Sam Cassell each 10. For the Suns, Barkley with 21 points. Kevin Johnson and Dan Majerle each have knocked down 11. The free throw by Thorpe up and in.
And that's 3 in a row for Otis Thorpe, who we indicated earlier in the playoffs was 5 for 10. But now he's hit 3 in a row. So I suggest that everybody screen off long. He's due to miss one.
Robert Horry out. Vernon Maxwell replacing him in the Houston lineup. Both free throws by Thorpe are good. 56-54 the Suns. Barkley back in the Phoenix lineup with Green, Majerle, Ainge, and Kevin Johnson. Ainge played by Kenny Smith. Smith out on him very tight defensively now. And going to get a foul call on Otis Thorpe, I believe.
No, I think Kenny Smith.
Kenny Smith. That'd be his third if it's on Kenny Smith. Yep, little Kenny Smith picks up the foul. That's Houston over the team foul limit.
And we're going to see Scott Brooks come in here because Rudy T needs Kenny Smith. He needs him to shoot the three. Kenny Smith is really upset with Tommy Nunez. Says, I got 3 fouls. Tommy says, I don't care.
Ainge at the free throw line for the Suns and misses the first. Scott Brooks will come in replacing Kenny Smith for the Houston Rockets. Brooks, 5'11", 165, 6th year in the NBA from the University of California at Irvine. So Ains missing the first free throw and waiting for his second try. Here it is. Got that one. 57-54 the Suns. So Scott Brooks now handling the basketball for the Houston Rockets with 2 minutes and 25 seconds remaining here in the first half. Goes to Maxwell. Maxwell out of three-point range, holds the ball away from Kevin Johnson. Now fires it into Elijah, out to Brooks. Puts up a three-pointer, got it. No, he was on the line. He was on the line. So it's a 2, but it ties the ball game. 57-57. Kevin Johnson against Brooks. He's a little battler, in case you hadn't noticed. Kevin Johnson has stopped the dribble. Out it comes to Green. Now they swing it around to Ains, and Ains will fire for three-point range. Won't get it. Out to Kevin Johnson. KJ waiting. Lean shoots and scores. He puts it up and in.
That was an outstanding shot. He was on the dead run, pulled up, leaned in, went off the glass.
It was a two-point field goal by Brooks, as we mentioned a moment ago. Here's Cassell out to Scott Brooks. Now to Maxwell. Maxwell shovels it underneath, and Otis Thorpe goes in for the jam.
One of the worries you have when you double team, you close out, you don't allow the guy to drive to the middle.
59-58, Phoenix by 1. Ains shoots a three from the corner, won't get it. AC Green battles for the rebound. It's loose. Grabbed by Otis Thorpe of Houston. Now Ains collides with Cassell. Ball goes to Maxwell. To the trailer, Thorpe from the baseline. Out to Scott Brooks. Brooks at three-point range. Holds on, goes to Olajuwon. Back to Brooks, down to Maxwell. Over to Cassell. Cassell left side. He's got a 16-footer, but it won't go. Gets his own rebound in underneath. He throws it out to Brooks. Brooks, 20-footer. Good. Scott Brooks. And the Rockets have a one-point lead.
And Rudy T's Houston Rocket bench has come through for him tonight.
Barkley out front for the Suns. KJ was open for a flash as Brooks went down. Now inside KJ. He throws it out front to Majerle. Majerle to his left. Over to Ains. Here's another three. Won't get it. Rebound to Cassell. Cassell stops at midcourt. We have 23 seconds remaining in the first half. Houston with a one-point lead. They led by 8 at halftime on Sunday, in case you've forgotten. And the Suns went on to win. Now they want to run the clock down. Here's Cassell on the drive. Pass out front comes to Thorpe. Cross court to Maxwell. Maxwell on the drive. His pass deflected but grabbed by Olajuwon, but they run out of time. 3 seconds left in the half. Suns will have it.
Just outstanding defense that time by the Suns. They scrambled all over the place. They rotated. Rockets couldn't get the shot off, and finally the 24-second clock grabbed them.
Oliver Miller. They want him to get in. He's going to replace Green. Miller will inbound the ball with 3.7 seconds remaining in the half. To KJ, up to Ains. Here's the fake. Here's the shot. He didn't get it. And the first half has come to an end here at the Summit in Houston, Texas. And at halftime, you recall, Cotton, I mentioned a moment ago on Sunday, the Rockets went in at halftime with an 8-point lead.
Yeah, so the Suns have to feel good. I said this is like a 7th game for the Rockets. They know they have to win this ball game. They're giving it everything they've got. Rudy Tomjanovich's bench has come through for him tonight. Off that bench, Scott Brooks just hit a couple shots, and Sam Cassell, the rookie, just doing an outstanding job for him. So the Suns know they're in for a battle. They certainly have to feel better than they did the other night. And this is a very confident Sun ball club that they can come back in the third quarter.
For our television viewers, stay with us for Channel 3's News Report. Our radio network will get a news and sports update from KTAR in Phoenix. Our halftime score, Houston Rockets 60, Phoenix Suns 59. This is the Suns Basketball Network.
Phoenix Suns basketball is brought to you in part by America West Airlines, low fares, and the respect you deserve.
A reminder that wardrobe for Suns announcers comes from 2 outstanding stores at Biltmore Fashion Park, but they've changed the name during the playoffs to make it Purple Fashion Park. We hope you'll stop by either the Clothery or I-Magnin. You'll find Cotton shopping at I-Magnin, and I'm outfitted by the Clothery. Both again at Purple Fashion Park or Biltmore Fashion Park, 24th Street and Camelback in Phoenix. Well, we mentioned several times during the first half, Cotton, statistically a pretty even ball game, and up on the scoreboard a pretty even ball game.
Certainly is. It's an outstanding basketball game. No team really dominating anything except turnovers. Suns have 9, 3 for the Rockets. We said during the first half, too many layups for the Houston Rockets. If the Suns could cut down on their turnovers, stop the running game of the Rockets, they got a good chance to win the ball game.
The Suns had 7 3-pointers in that first half, and that was a very big part of their offense.
Well, without those 7 3-pointers, they would find themselves in a hole that they might not be able to dig out of tonight. They're going to see the Rockets here for 48 solid minutes, fighting, battling for their lives.
Remember, on Sunday, Houston led by 8 points at the half. The Suns came back with a strong second half and won. We go to the second half now, 60-59, Rockets by 1. Back right after these messages.
Phoenix Suns basketball is brought to you in part by Checker Auto Parts, by Circle K, and by Southwest Airlines.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the NBA.
Let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification on the Suns Basketball Network.
You're watching Phoenix Suns basketball on KUTP-TV 45, Phoenix.
Well, as we check leading scorers in the first half, Charles Barkley, 21 points. Kevin Johnson, 13. Majerle, 11 for Phoenix. Otis Thorpe had 17 to lead Houston.
Looked like their strategy was to go right at Charles Barkley. If he's going to stay in the game, make him guard somebody. Otis Thorpe having his best game of the season against Charles Barkley. Chuck usually takes pretty good care of Otis. Olajuwon, they kept him under control with 12. Kenny Smith, fortunately for the Suns, was in foul trouble. Played 15 minutes, scored 10 big points. And Sam Cassell was the guy. Came off the bench, comes up with 10 points. Danny Ainge struggled from the field, 1 for 5. And Cedric Sabalas 1 for 7. They'll pick it up in the second half.
Suns led by as many as 7. Houston's biggest lead in the first half, 5. We go to the second half. Houston's basketball, and they have a 1-point lead. Vernon Maxwell drives right down the middle to the hoop. He scores it. Vernon Maxwell.
That's not a good way to start the second half.
And it's 62-59. Houston scoring on their first possession here in the third quarter. Kevin Johnson backs down, feeds out of him and around front, down to Majerle. A three-pointer straight away. Shazam! And he ties the ball game.
That's the way when they were 8 down Sunday. Westfall started the second half the same way with a Majerle 3.
And as you know, Whataburger always sends $50 to Suns charities when the Suns hit a three-point field goal. Olajuwon, Thorpe posting up inside. He cuts across for a right-hander that won't fall, and Sabalos rebounds it for the Suns. We're tied at 62 to KJ. Cross-court to Majerle. Majerle played by Ori. Cross-court to Barkley. Barkley driving on Thorpe. Bouncing underneath to Sabalos, and he has it knocked away. Ori with a block. Defensively, Houston did the job. To Kenny Smith, back to Ori, in for the jam. Suns did not get back defensively.
Well, they just didn't have a chance. Cedric laid it up with the right hand. Ori was on his right side. He should have used his left hand, and it was an easy layup because of an outstanding defensive play.
Ori did not score in the first half for Houston. Here's Majerle, 22-footer off the back of the rim, not good. Rebound Otis Thorpe, 64-62 Houston. To Kenny Smith. Kenny Smith drives the middle. Gives it to Olajuwon, and he has it knocked away. But we are going to get a foul called. And foul. The foul is on Oliver Miller. That's his third personal.
3 possessions for the Rockets. 3 times straight the Rockets have been able to go right down the middle of the Suns defense.
Suns have to shut down that middle, that's for sure. Now Ori with the ball. New shot clock for Houston. Ori, one bounce, gives the ball to Olajuwon on the right side. He looks now, he puts up about a 16-footer, not good. Rebound Otis Thorpe. Thorpe will swing the ball to Kenny Smith. 22-footer, good. Kenny Smith from outside.
If it's not a turnover, it's a second shot Barkley has to keep Thorpe off that offensive board.
Houston 66, Phoenix 62. We are just into the third quarter, the second half. Here is Barkley. Barkley over on the right side. Barkley waiting. Barkley swings it out front to Oliver Miller. Gets the ball to Kevin Johnson. His 22-footer off the back of the rim. Not good. Kenny Smith with the rebound. Here's Kenny Smith still with the ball. Bounce it in the corner for Horry. Horry to Maxwell. Maxwell, that's a three-pointer, and the Suns will take a 20-second timeout. Maxwell hits the super shot, and Houston has their biggest lead, 7 points.
And this crowd that was criticized after Sunday's game on their feet, cheering, showing the Phoenix group here that they do support the Rockets. Rockets coming out red hot. Suns coming out a little flat-footed defensively here in this third quarter.
Well, Maxwell with 5 points on a regular field goal and then the three-pointer. And that's given Houston a 69-62 lead, putting them up by 7. So both clubs have now been up by as many as 7 points tonight.
And the Rockets get offense in different ways. Sometimes they go inside to Thorpe and Elijah Watt. Other times they throw it out for the threes. And then their defense has helped them a great deal. They've been able to run off the shots that are blocked, get the easy layup.
Suns have had 9 turnovers. Houston only 4. Oliver Miller out front, gives to Sabatos, cut to the hoop and score. We'd like to see Sabatos get going, as he did in the third quarter Sunday when he had 5 hoop-de-doos. 5 field goals for 10 points.
Nice back screen by Barkley that time on Horry.
Kenny Smith goes down. Marley makes the steal. Out to Sabatos. Houston hurrying back defensively. Now to Marley. Marley's going to drive the middle. He's stripped to the ball. Picked up by Maxwell. Stolen back by KJ. Underneath to Sabatos, and he jams it with the left hand. Now the Suns better hurry back defensively.
That was 2 points for the Rockets. Great steal by KJ, which makes it a 4-point legitimate play.
69-66. Houston leads. They have the basketball. Kenny Smith. Right side of the court, played by Marley. Now Elijah out front, tries to break in low, but they get the pass to Maxwell to Smith. Into Elijah against Barkley. His turnaround's not going to connect. Rebound is off Sabatos. Knocked away, saved by Horry. Got to pull that ball down to Kenny Smith. He drops it underneath the Thorpe. He scores, and he's fouled by Oliver Miller.
And it was again offensive rebound. Sabalos has to put his body on Horry strong and go after the ball strong. Secondly, you got to keep those small Houston players out of that middle. That's what got Thorpe the easy hoop and the foul on the Suns.
That's 4 personals on Miller. The free throw is good. So it turns into a 3-point play for Houston. And they're on top, 72-66. We're in the third quarter, 8:25 left in the period. Oliver Miller out at a high post. Bounce to Barkley. Barkley against Otis Thorpe. Double team, feeds Marley. Marley left side, stops. Little fadeaway, off the glass, won't go, but he's hacked and fouled. Maxwell picks up the foul for Houston. Marley will go to the free throw line, and Joe Klein in for the Suns, replacing Oliver Miller.
Oliver picked up his 4th foul. It certainly wasn't his fault that time because the Rockets had penetration. Oliver went to penetration, tried to get back to Thorpe, couldn't block the shot, got a piece of him.
Marley's first time at the free throw line, and he's way short with his first attempt.
Crowd loved it too. They just loved it that Marley left it short after making all those threes.
And he misses the second. It rattles around and comes out. So Marley with 2 free throws, neither one goes. You've heard it so many times, particularly in the playoffs, you have to make free throws. Here's Maxwell right side, drives the middle, finger roll shot, not going to go. Rebound, Elijah. He waits, he puts it up, it's good, count it, fouled by Klein.
Suns are just not going after the defensive board strong enough. If they want the ball, they have to go get the ball. They got to stick their hands on it tough because the Rockets just stay after it. And that's the reason that they're up by 8 right now in this third quarter. Aggressive offensive rebounding.
And the biggest lead for Houston. Hakeem Olajuwon at the free throw line. He has 14 points, 10 rebounds. Olajuwon looks, puts it up. It is around and off. And the rebound comes down to Cedric Sabatos. Over to KJ. Kevin Johnson, one of the few times he'll just walk the ball up into the offensive zone. Over on the right side, Kenny Smith defending against him. Down Bounce it into Barkley. They'll double team Barkley. Goes low to Sabalos, but Maxwell hustles defensively and gets the ball out of bounds.
That's what quickness will do. Ori left Sabalos, but Maxwell was quick enough to come down and pick him up.
Marley, three-pointer on the way. Around and off, and Olajuwon way up to get the rebound for Houston. To Kenny Smith. Smith at three-point range, keeps the ball going up and down on the dribble, feeds to Maxwell. He'll slash inside, and as he does, he's fouled, and they've allowed Maxwell to move into that lane area in this third quarter. He's fouled by Joe Klein.
Well, they've just allowed too much penetration.
Whoop, hold it.
Delay a game. Phoenix Suns, Charles Barkley disgusted with what's happening in the way they're playing. He knows he did it. He accepts it. But the Suns defensively got to shape up and quit allowing penetration to the middle by Houston.
Maxwell gets the first free throw, and Houston building on what has been their biggest lead of the ball game. Third quarter here at the Summit in Houston, Texas. Maxwell waiting for his second try. That's up, that's short. Rebounded Joe Klein. Klein bounces it out to Barkley. 75-66 Houston. Barkley goes over to the right side. Barkley now starts to drive. Olajuwon picks him up defensively. Barkley keeps coming. Goes inside, has his shot blocked. And now we're going to get, I believe, an offensive foul. Jake O'Donnell calls the charge on Charles Barkley.
And I think it was a good call. It was not. Olajuwon was chasing, but another Rocket came over and waited, and Barkley just kept going, and he ran over. And the Suns need to get themselves together right now.
They could use a timeout. Ori out front, one-handing the ball, and now got a technical foul. Joe Klein apparently getting hit with a technical. And now he's been ejected. Joe Klein, I think, has been thrown out of the ball game by referee Jake O'Donnell. Well, the Suns center core is very thin with Mark West hobbled. Joe Klein's been ejected. Too technical.
That's not the time to get ejected because the Suns need Joe Klein. So we're going to go with that small lineup. You're going to see A.C. Green. And the Suns don't also need to give the Rockets any more opportunities. They've given them enough here in the third quarter, and that's why they find themselves down.
And Kenny Smith hits both of the technical free throws. It is a 9-point lead now for Houston. A.C. Green will replace Joe Klein. I don't know. Klein got all upset in a hurry.
Well, I guess he figures Olajuwon gets away with a lot. He touches Olajuwon, gets the foul called on him, and he challenged Jake O'Donnell, and I've said it many times to my players through the years. Don't challenge Jake O'Donnell.
Suns are over the team foul limit, Cotton. Houston has one team foul in the quarter. Olajuwon gets the free throw. And they are cashing in from the line.
Usually, Al, the aggressor is not the guy who gets all the fouls called on him.
The next free throw won't go. It is 78-66. The Suns have fallen into a hole here, down by 12. KJ driving, feeds it out front. It's picked up by Robert Ori. Ori makes the steal. Houston on the run. Bounce it back to Kenny Smith. Shoot a three. Won't get it. Ball is knocked up in the air. And a loose ball foul. Going to be called on A.C. Green, and now we're going to get a Phoenix timeout. They need to talk things over. 6 minutes and 48 seconds left in the third quarter. Houston 78, Suns 66. Back after the full timeout.
Hey, Suns fans, want to watch the Suns game on Sunday for free? Switch to 12 News tonight at 10 for your chance to win free Suns tickets. Plus, if you value your marriage, you need to know the full... If you value your marriage, you need to know the full...
A reminder, it's Game 3 on Friday night at 7:30 back home at America West Arena. And you can catch it on pay-per-view. Order now. Don't miss a second of this great playoff action. Order by Thursday for only $14.95. Game day price $19.95. Call Dimension Cable or TCI Cable of Scottsdale and order right now. Suns trail by 12 points here in the third quarter.
And the Rockets are on an 18-7 run since halftime. A little over 5 minutes have been played, and they've got that 18-7 run. Pretty simple. Penetration against the Sun defense in the middle, crashing the offensive boards, getting the Suns in foul trouble. And you got to say, Al, that during that period, the Suns seemed, for the first time in the playoffs, to lose a little bit of their composure.
6 minutes and 48 seconds is the time remaining in the third quarter. And the Suns here in this period have already picked up 7 fouls.
To the Rockets, 1 foul. And I know it'd be easy for our fans to say, hey, you know, the officials are leaning towards against the Suns. That's not the case. I really just think the Rockets came out here, took control of this game by all-out hustle effort on the boards and the penetration, got the Suns defense in a bind, and they're making them pay for it.
Otis Thorpe's first free throw is not good. Houston is 14 of 21 from the free throw line. The Suns are 8 of 13. Thorpe's next one is not good. He missed them both, and Barkley has the rebound, or he knocks it out of bounds. Suns will have possession with the lineup now of A.C. Green, Dan Marley, Cedric Sabatos, Charles Barkley, and Kevin Johnson. And they trail by a dozen, 78-66. KJ between the circles, moves to the right side, gets the ball to Sabatos, takes it in for a running right-hander, but he traveled. And that's a Phoenix turnover. And for the Suns, their 12th turnover. Houston has 6.
They're very frustrated. I saw KJ look back at Jake O'Donnell that time, said he traveled, and he did travel before he put the ball on the floor. The official's job, make the call.
78-66 Houston. Otis Thorpe out front, down to Horry. Horry waiting. Horry gets the pass out on top to Maxwell. Maxwell tries to move into that lane. Can't this time. Gets it back to Horry. Now to Otis Thorpe. Thorpe swings for his move. The ball goes out of bounds. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Houston's possession.
It would be great right here for the Suns' morale right now to come up with a good defensive play with 4 seconds. It could be a killer if the Rockets are able to score an easy hoop.
Maxwell will inbound. Again, 4 seconds to get the shot off. Maxwell looking out front to Olajuwon. A 22-footer, not good. Rebound to the floor and picked up by Sabatos. Give it back to Kevin Johnson. KJ moves. We're halfway through the third quarter. KJ to his left on the dribble. Keeps coming. Stops. 22-footer on the way. Not going to go. Thorpe with the rebound. Suns have not been able to get the ball inside. They trail 78-66. Long pass comes down to Olajuwon. Olajuwon double teamed. He brings the ball in the perimeter. Looks to the corner. Marley knocks the ball away. It comes out of bounds.
And you made a nice play on that, Al.
I went to my right, tipped it back in.
You sure did. I could tell you were a player in Iowa.
Robert Horry will throw the ball in from out of bounds, and it's stolen by Marley. He makes the steal, comes down, jams it. Maybe that'll pick the Suns up.
Well, as a coach, that's what you're looking for. Make your defense do it for you.
78-68, a 10-point advantage. Houston, 5.5 minutes left, third quarter. Here's Robert Horry on the right side. Horry straddling the three-point line. Now steps back and shoots the three and gets it. How about that?
Suns defense was all right that time. Horry just happened to hit the shot.
81-68 Rockets. Kevin Johnson right side, has some room, drives, goes to the hoop. He's fouled. Shot didn't go. Kevin Johnson will go to the free throw line. And the foul will be on Akeem Olajuwon of the Rockets.
KJ really used his body good that time. For a small guy against a big guy like Olajuwon, he used that whole body and went right back towards Olajuwon to force the contact.
So Kevin Johnson at the free throw line. His first one is good. He has 14 points in the ball game. And surprisingly, just 3 assists. 81-69 Houston.
Well, again, Barkley did most of his scoring in the first half on his own. Nobody was really feeding him, so there's not that many assists to go around.
Barkley had 15 points in the opening quarter. The 2 free throws are good. Houston leads by 11. Otis Thorpe to Maxwell. Maxwell gives it up on the left side to Olajuwon. Comes out for a 17-footer straight away. That's good.
Good movement that time by the Rocket offense.
They lead the Suns by 13 points, 83-70. Kevin Johnson comes down the left side, starts to move towards the corner. He's double teamed. Pete Barkley goes into Sabatos. Maxwell gets over there with a hand and deflects it out of bounds. He's done that on a couple of occasions.
Good speed, good quickness. Looked like Sabatos might get a layup, but no, Mad Max was there.
Sabatos to inbound for Phoenix with 13 seconds on the shot clock. Throws it way out front to Green. Now to Barkley. Barkley puts it on the floor. Now passes out to Green. Green starts the drive. He'll take the ball in, shoot it. Now it's going to be waved off by Tommy Nunez. He's going to call a charge. And Paul Westfall's upset, and the other official, Dan Crawford, will give him a technical. Well, things are not going in the direction of the Suns right now. Green drove the ball to the basket and scored. Referee Tommy Nunez called a charge. Well, Green, I don't know who he charged into as we watch the replay, Cotton.
If there was a charge, Ori was too far under the basket. There is an imaginary box there. Ori moved over right under the hoop, and there should not be a call.
Kenny Smith hits the technical free throw, 83-70. Now Paul Westphal is still irate with the call. Referee Tommy Nunez, who made it, over on this side of the court. Here's Olajuwon, and he misses inside, and now in the rebound battle, we're going to get a foul called on Otis Thorpe of the Rockets. 4 minutes and 23 seconds left in the third quarter. 83-70, Houston leading it. They had a 1-point lead at halftime. Kevin Johnson over on the left side of the court, takes it into the lane, dishes out to A.C. Green. He's going to shoot a three. Oh, Shazam, he hits it. A.C. Green with his second super shot of the game.
Well, he has to take the shot because Olajuwon not guarding him. He worked on it at shoot-around today.
Whataburger sends $50 to Suns Charities. Here's Olajuwon. Here's the fake. Here's the leaner. Here's the shot. It's good. Hakeem Olajuwon now. 19 points in the ball game. 85-73. Houston leading it. Kevin Johnson out of backcourt. Comes down the left side. Here's the bounce pass for Barkley. Barkley holds the ball on his hip. Now he wants to drive. Takes it in the lane. And the Suns wanted a goaltend. Let's see what the call is going to be here. We're going to have a foul called on Thorpe, and that's his fourth. Sam Cassell will replace Kenny Smith in the Houston lineup right now.
Olajuwon didn't want to take a chance on that one going in while the ball was going to the hoop. Olajuwon just got up there and took it out of the air.
85-73 Houston. 3 minutes and 41 seconds left in the third quarter. And Barkley, with 21 points in the game, steps to the free throw line. And he had 15 of those points in the first quarter. He has not scored here in the third period. His free throw, number one, is good.
Hasn't really tried many shots, Al. The Suns just offensively didn't get anything going. Turned it over quite a few times. And the Rockets blocked a few shots, and they were able to run on it.
Houston 14 of 23 from the line. Phoenix 11 of 16. And Barkley waiting for his second attempt here. And that's his first miss. Doesn't go. Rebound to the floor, but picked up by Vernon Maxwell of Houston. In this third quarter, without question, the Rockets have been the aggressors. Maxwell going inside to Olajuwon. Out it comes in front, finally to Ori. He'll shoot another three. And he'll get another three. Robert Ori.
And the Rockets lighting it up. Ori, very good if he can sit on it.
88-74. Now here's the baseline drive by Kevin Johnson. He was fouled. He wanted the shot. Not going to get it. Cassell is called for the personal foul. Kevin Johnson thought the shot should count. He came down. The continuation. Well, they don't give it to him, and he'll have to make the 2 points from the free throw line with just over 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
But Al, when you're 14 down, things don't seem to go your way. You might as well quit complaining about it. Just toughen up a little bit to make that comeback, because the Suns should be able to make a comeback against this Rocket ball club.
First free throw by Kevin Johnson is good, and he'll have another try. Joe Klein of the Suns was ejected with 7 minutes and 5 seconds left in this third quarter. KJ gets the free throws. 88-76. 12-point Houston lead. Vernon Maxwell being chased defensively by KJ. Maxwell waiting, goes to Ori. He's been the hot man with the three-point shooting here in the third quarter. Now it's Cassell. Cassell out front to Maxwell. He shoots a three and hits it. Well, they've stolen a page from the Suns. They're knocking down three-pointers like they're layups.
And what opened it up for them was the penetration. When the Suns were closing out quick, the Rockets went by them. Now they're hesitant about closing out, and the Rockets are sitting on the shots.
Barkley at the baseline. His shot off the glass and in. And Barkley gets his first field goal of this third quarter with 2.5 minutes left in the period. 91-78 Rockets. Now here's Ori. Ori out at three-point range. Carl Herrera's checked into the Houston lineup, by the way. Now they get it into Olajuwon. Low on the right side against A.C. Green. Suns double team. Here's the fadeaway from 14 by Olajuwon. Good. Nice play by Akeem.
Sure was. Nothing you could do about that fadeaway.
Kevin Johnson right side. Sam Cassell's against him defensively. KJ at the baseline. Bounces it out, and now we'll get an illegal defense call against Houston with 2:08 remaining in the third quarter and a timeout with a score. Houston 93, Suns 78. And we'll be back after the full timeout.
The Checker TriStar Part System helps you get the job done.
It's playoff time in the NBA and the Western Conference semifinals. The Suns and Rockets. Game 2 here at the Summit in Houston. And in the closing couple of minutes of the third quarter, Rockets have scored 93 points to lead 93-78.
And they only score 101 during the regular season. They're liable to reach that before the period is over. Olajuwon showing his versatility with these fadeaway shots in this ball game. The Rockets have come out in the third quarter. They're 12 of 19. Suns are 6 of 11. The difference in the shots, I would say, is offensive rebounding, the extra shots the Rockets have been able to get, and a few turnovers by the Suns.
Danny Ainge has replaced Sabanos in the Phoenix lineup. Layups, the Suns have had 19 attempts and made 9. Houston's had 23 and made 16.
Big difference. Suns don't have a shot blocker in there. The Rockets do.
Charles Barkley gets the ball low on the left side against Herrera of the Rockets. Feeds it out to Marley. Right back to Barkley. Barkley, double team, feeds KJ. His shot from 18 is short. And the rebound comes down to Vernon Maxwell. Houston 93, the Phoenix Suns 78. And we have 1 minute and 45 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Maxwell goes into Olajuwon, played by Green. Turn around from the baseline. Good. Up 6 feet away.
No way one guy can stop the big fella.
23 points, 11 rebounds for Olajuwon. KJ on the drive with the left hand. It spins around and comes out. Tough break on the shot. Rebound grabbed by Herrera for Houston. Up to Robert Horry. Down to Sam Cassell. They go inside to Olajuwon. Back to Cassell. Three-point try. Won't go. Barkley with the rebound. He's got Ainge out on the break. Long pass to Ainge. He'll go to the hoop and score it. Count it. He's fouled by Cassell. With a minute 13 left in the third quarter. 4 personals on Houston's Sam Cassell.
Danny Ainge using his experience that time. Put his body right into Cassell and even put the arm out there a little bit so Cassell would look like he was really holding him, and he really wasn't.
So Ainge gets the field goal coming off the break, and he'll go to the free throw line. Oliver Miller comes in for the Suns. Charles Barkley will come out, and Ainge waiting at the free throw strike. It has been a very large third quarter for the Houston Rockets. They had a 60-59 one-point lead at halftime. Ainge's free throw not good. Rebound, Hakeem Olajuwon for the Rockets. Now it comes to Cassell, 95-80. Houston. Cassell over on the left side. Marley meeting him defensively right down. Cassell, little spin move, goes to Maxwell. Inside Olajuwon. Back to Cassell as he breaks through. He's fouled by Danny Ainge.
But again, that was the penetration. That's what they show you. If you close out too quick on them, they're going to put that basketball on the floor, penetrate to the middle, and normally pass off to one of the big guys. If you back off too far, they will set on those three-pointers.
So Sam Cassell is first. Suns are going to have a full quarter, a full 12 minutes to try and get back in this game. Game number 3 in Phoenix, Friday evening, 7:30 in America West Arena. Cassell gets the next free throw. 96-80, a 16-point lead. Now on the drive, we've got a foul called. And the foul is going to be on Robert Horry. Horry picks up the foul. Kenny Smith will return to the Houston lineup now. 51 seconds left in the third quarter. KJ taking the ball to the hoop, drawing the foul, and now he'll set up at the free throw line for Phoenix.
KJ hasn't been out of this ball game tonight, Al. This will be 3 straight quarters for him. So we'll have to see if he can step it up in that fourth quarter like he did in game number 1 on Sunday.
First free throw's good. Mario Alley replacing Robert Horry. Horry had 2 3-pointers, plus another hoop here in the quarter. 8 points. Next free throw by Kevin Johnson is good. So he got them both. 96-82. Suns trailing Houston. Closing 45 seconds of the third quarter. Vernon Maxwell out of 3-point range. Maxwell's bounce pass goes to Olajuwon. Hakeem with a fake into the lane for the shot. Good. Well, he's going to work.
Well, it's one thing to have the moves. It's another thing to be able to nail the shots.
98-82 Rockets. KJ in for the shot that Olajuwon will block. Grabbed off by Maxwell. Maxwell on the drive to Herrera to the hoop with the left hand. Won't get it. But a foul will send him to the free throw line. And picking up the foul for the Suns is going to be Danny Ainge with 26 seconds remaining here in the third quarter.
See, one thing that helps you when you play with a guy like Olajuwon, you can gamble, you can try anything you want to try because you know that the basket is covered. So you can gamble on the defense the way you want to play it, make some things happen because he'll always be back there to block the shot. And you and I have talked about it so many times. Shots blocked usually lead to easy hoops at the other end.
Carl Herrera hits the first of 2 free throws for Houston. And we are going to see right now Earl Curitan, who just was signed before the start of the playoffs. Tail end of the regular season. He's been around Philadelphia, Detroit. Did not play Sunday. Both free throws are good. 40 points have been scored in its third quarter by Houston.
And Houston, they've broken it open. The Suns going to have to climb a mountain in the fourth quarter.
100-82. Houston with a big lead. And they did it all in this third quarter. Suns led most of the first half, trailed by just 1 point at halftime. KJ tries to break through, keeps coming, goes to the hoop, misses the driving layup. Rebound Herrera. Out to Kenny Smith. Smith throws the ball. It's caught by Maxwell. He'll shoot it from the corner. Won't get it. This third quarter is over, and the Suns are happy about it. After 3 quarters, the Houston Rockets 100, Phoenix Suns 82. Fourth quarter coming right up. At the summit in Houston, Texas, Al McCoy along with Cotton Fitzsimmons. A big fourth quarter for the Rockets. They outscored the Suns 40-23 to take this 18-point lead into the final 12 minutes.
Well, and they did it every way, shape, and form. They did it on the defensive end by blocking shots. They did it on the offensive end by finally breaking down that Phoenix Suns defense, getting the penetration to the middle. Once the Suns quit coming out after the penetration, then they would set on their 3-pointers. They started hitting those. They crashed the offensive board. And you just have to be honest about it. This Rocket ball club at halftime, I don't know what Rudy T said to them, but it was a different ball club.
Suns have the basketball. Their work cut out for them. They're down by 18 points. They've got 12 minutes to get back in it. Kevin Johnson's bounce pass goes to Barkley against Herrera. Baseline, 15-footer in and out, won't go. Rebound to Olajuwon. Outlet to Kenny Smith. Kenny Smith slows things down just a little bit, then passes over to Vernon Maxwell. Maxwell played defensively by Kevin Johnson, brings it up top for the key. Stop, puts up a 22-footer. It's short. On the rebound, Dan Majerle hustles to grab it for Phoenix. Ahead to KJ. Suns come down 3-on-3. Back to Majerle. His 3-pointer is short. Rebound, Green. He'll follow. No. Green again. Knocked away. Whistle, foul. Well, the Suns are coming out hustling. And A.C. Green will go to the free throw line. He'll be shooting 2. We're just in to the fourth quarter. Carl Herrera is called for the personal foul for the Rockets.
Looked like the Rockets going to get away with a foul there, but Jake O'Donnell had it all the way. And he just takes his time when he does. He blows the whistle, takes his time given the number and everything else. A.C. Green working hard on the Suns' offensive board.
And his first free throw is around and out. Not good.
Need to hit the free throws. When you're down 18, 10, 12, fourth quarter, you got to hit everything.
Here's the next free throw by Green. He misses them both. It has not been a good second half for the Phoenix Suns. They trailed at 182. They've missed 9 free throws. They're 15 of 24. Here's Olajuwon. Baseline 15-footer won't go. Rebound to Barkley. After the Suns, Kevin Johnson. He swings down the left side, takes it in the lane. A lot of rockets are there. Feeds Barkley straight away three-pointer. Not good. Rebound Olajuwon. He dishes off to Kenny Smith. He has 14 rebounds. Hakeem Olajuwon, the NBA's Defensive Player of the Year and the top candidate to be the MVP this season. Houston with the basketball. Maxwell left side into Olajuwon. Out front for Mario Ellie. Ellie stops. Left to the key. Bounce pass to Kenny Smith. He fires a 14-footer that's good.
He made a great shot that time. That was on a reverse play. Momentum carrying him out of bounds. He still hit it.
Houston leads by 20. Here's KJ at the baseline. In deep. Bounces out to Green. In the corner for Marley. Marley waiting. Marley wheels it to Green. Green takes it into the middle. Forces a shot up that won't go, but he draws the foul. AC missed a couple of free throws a moment ago. He'll have 2 more tries. And again, foul is on Carl Herrera of Houston.
Smart play by AC Green. A minute ago he drove. Call went against him. They called the charge. Olajuwon just runs at you. Tries to get that jump shot up in the air. You know, tries to make you shoot it over him. AC drives him, which is a good play. Cedric Ceballos taking KJ's place for the first time in the ball game.
AC Green's first free throw here is good. Again in the third quarter, Houston scored 40 points to the Suns 23. Green's next free throw good. He hits them both. 102-84. Houston. Kenny Smith will take some time. And Houston can afford to use the shot clock on every possession. They go into Olajuwon left of the lane. In the lane, forces the shot up and gets it. He just battled his way to the basket.
He's just too big for everybody in there right now. He has played like a monster in this second half.
Here's Ainge between the circles. Ainge goes to the left side. Ainge out on the perimeter. A 27-point game for Hakeem Olajuwon, but he had 36 on Sunday and the Rockets lost. Green out front now. Swings it on the right side for Dan Marley. Get it to baseline to Ceballos. About a 12-footer. Won't get it. Barkley has the rebound. Out to Marley. Marley cranks up the 3, but it's off to the left. Ceballos rebounds and scores. Ceballos got the offensive board.
Well, I don't believe the ball got to the rim that time. Ceballos right there. His defender didn't know what happened to the shot.
104-86 Houston. Kenny Smith left side. Ainge with him defensively. Out it comes to Carl Herrera. To Ellie, around to Maxwell. Maxwell drives into the corner, feeds Ellie. Ellie slices right to the lane. Cross court to Kenny Smith. His 22-footer not good, and Ainge with the rebound for the Suns. Ainge will put the ball down on the floor, bring it on the dribble to the right side, goes in underneath the Ceballos, who scores. It is 104-88 Houston. Kenny Smith looks over in the vicinity of the Rocket bench. Rudy Tomjanovich calls out a play. Kenny Smith with the basketball. Herrera comes out. They don't give it to him. Now they do. Herrera over to Mario Ellie. Ellie into Olajuwon. Olajuwon out to Vernon Maxwell. Now to Kenny Smith. Inside pass is picked off by Barkley. Barkley throws it out to Marley. Marley comes down the left side to the trailing Danny Ainge. Tries to go inside to AC Green, who was held. But the ball's going to go out of bounds. It'll belong to the Rockets, but we'll get a timeout with 8 minutes and 22 seconds remaining in the ball game. Houston 104, Phoenix 88. And we'll be back right after these messages.
The Point Hilton Resort at
so much to do.
An 18-hole putting course.
Well, some 300 Suns fans got to fly on a charter flight into Houston for this game tonight, but I don't think they've been too happy with the second half, Cotton.
Well, they haven't been happy with it, but they've had a great trip, and they would love to see a Suns come back. We've seen the Suns come back from big deficits before. They're down 16, 8:22 to go, but every opportunity they get with the basketball, they have to score. They have to come away with something. That's something they haven't been able to do in the ball game.
Hakeem Olajuwon with 27 points. Otis Thorpe with 20. 16 for Kenny Smith. 15 for Vernon Maxwell. 11 for Sam Cassell. That's been the Houston scoring. And Houston with the basketball and that 104-88 lead. Kenny Smith against Danny Ainge of the Suns. Thorpe comes out front. He'll get the ball. Otis Thorpe wheels it over to Maxwell on the angle left. In low to Olajuwon. Out front to Ori, who's returned. Now to Kenny Smith. Now to Thorpe low. Out to Ori. Good movement of the ball to Maxwell. He'll shoot a three. Not going to get it. And Barkley with a rebound. He's got Majerle chasing it. He catches up at the baseline. Throws it out front where Barkley saves it. Now they say over and back. Over and back is the call by referee Danny Crawford. And again, the Suns aren't agreeing with the call.
He left the backcourt. He landed in the front court with the basketball at the same time. You have to get over there. You have to get over in order to make it happen.
Well, the ball's going to belong to Houston.
And Charles was in the backcourt, jumped into the front court, and that is a violation, and the official made the right call.
104-88 Houston. Into Vernon Maxwell for the Rockets. And the Houston fans enjoying this one. They didn't have nearly as good a time on Sunday afternoon. Ori back to Maxwell. Maxwell has a notion, starts the drive, gets it out to Kenny Smith. He feeds it back to Maxwell. Bounce past Ori on the left side. Ori shoots it, won't get it. Rebound saved by Ori. Back to Kenny Smith. 20-footer from the corner won't go. Tipping underneath once. Ori no. Olajuwon comes out with it. Olajuwon out front to Vernon Maxwell. Suns just really handicapped with the size against Thorpe and Olajuwon. Here's Maxwell over to Ori. Ori's 18-footer is short. Rebound Ainge to Barkley. Barkley starts up on the attack. Comes down the left side. Holds on. Gives it to Sabalos underneath. He drives. It's blocked by Hakeem Olajuwon. Quite a bit of contact, but it was a block. And into the hands of Kenny Smith. That is 10 Houston blocks in the game. Inside Olajuwon. He waits. He's going to be fouled by A.C. Green. Hakeem Olajuwon to the free throw line. We're going to get a timeout. 6 minutes and 49 seconds left in this one. Houston 104, Suns 88. Back after the full timeout. Good news for you young fellas and gals ages 8 through 17. It's Charles Barkley's All-Star Basketball Camp as Sir Charles teams up with Hall of Fame coach Chuck Daly. It'll be held at Gilbert High School this year from July 18th to the 21st. Get your official entry blank at any Sports Authority store in the Valley or the Suns office.
But in this second half, the Rockets just been so strong in 17 minutes of play. The Suns have only scored 29 points. Give the Rocket defense some credit. And the Rockets have scored 44.
Hakeem Olajuwon at the free throw stripe. And his first one's not good. Joe Clyde was ejected from this game in the third quarter with 7:05 remaining. Mark West has not played. He's been bothered with the foot problem. Next free throw by Olajuwon, good. 105-88 Houston. Kevin Johnson handling the basketball for the Suns. And he moves to his left against Kenny Smith. He stops the dribble. The bounce pass goes to Barkley. Barkley against Otis Thorpe. Barkley starts to back down. He draws the double team. Beats Green. They're running out of time. Into Barkley. Baseline. He forces up an 18-20 footer and got it.
Sensational shot by Barkley. His pass went out to A.C. Green, deflected, clock running down. He kept his poise, knocked it down.
105-90 Houston. Kenny Smith takes the ball over to the left side of the court for the Rockets. Goes right into Olajuwon, but we'll get a holding foul called. Kevin Johnson is called for the personal foul this time. Both clubs with 2-team fouls here so far in this fourth quarter.
Again, Rockets trying to go into Olajuwon on every opportunity before they look for a shot for themselves.
Kenny Smith out of three-point range. Goes into the corner. Robert Ori. Ori now with a fake. The drive goes inside, but the pass is knocked away. It goes to the floor. Ori's there, and he's going to call a timeout to save the ball. Looked like the Suns are going to make a steal. It's a 20-second timeout. Looked like the Suns were going to get the steal, but Ori got it back, and as he went to the floor, he called the 20-second timeout. Remember, Game 3 in Phoenix, Friday evening, 7:30. Game 4 at America West Arena in Phoenix on Sunday at 12 noon.
Yeah, that time, AC Green did everything right except being able to come up with the basketball. AC deflected it, loose ball. Sid and AC both went for it. Robert Horry, though, fought him in there. He did hurt his right hand a little bit, and you don't want to see that if you're a Rocket fan, because it might affect his shooting in Game 3.
Well, Houston led by 1 at the half, came out with a brilliant third quarter. The Suns got back on their heels, and the Suns trail 105-90. Fourth quarter, 5 minutes, 56 seconds left in the period. Houston's ball, 11 seconds on the shot clock. Suns have done a great job inside. Of course, they have great inside players, Thorpe and Olajuwon. Olajuwon will try one from 16, won't get it. Rebound, Karam's out to Majerle. Moves it on the right side for Kevin Johnson. Keeps coming. Draws the double team. Olajuwon comes out. KJ moves out at three-point range. Goes to AC Green. Gives it to Sabanos. He drives and scores. Sabanos. 105-92.
Sid finally able to get a shot off. He used his body that time on Olajuwon, because Olajuwon, he's coming. You might as well know that. He's coming to block every shot.
Sabanos with 12 points. He's 6 of 15 from the field in this game tonight. Vernon Maxwell takes the dribble up top of the key, moves to his left, goes to Horry in the far corner. Horry will shoot an 18-footer. No good. Barkley rebounds it. Barkley will bring it up himself on the dribble. Goes into AC Green. He drives. He waits. He's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. And the foul will be on Hakeem Olajuwon of Houston with now exactly 5 minutes to go.
And the Suns collect their thoughts. They get together at the free throw line. This ball club hasn't given up by any means. They're going to try to keep coming after the Rockets. We saw what happened to the Rockets in Game 1. They went cold, couldn't make a bucket. Suns came away with the win. They haven't given up yet.
So Green will try 2 from the charity stripe. First one good. And he'll have one more try. AC Green. Green at that line, he has 11 points, 7 rebounds. Rebounds are still pretty even. 41 boards for Houston, 39 for the Suns. Both free throws are good for AC Green. 105-94 Houston. Defense certainly important for the Suns as they try and scratch their way back into this one. In the corner, Kenny Smith. Maxwell back to Smith. Into Olajuwon. Suns double team. Smith in the corner. Shoot it, won't get it. Rebound out of bounds off Houston. Suns have it. And now ball's banged up in the air by Horry. And the Suns will have it. It'll be a delay of game called against Houston.
Yeah, both Houston players fighting for it. Horry disgusted with himself for not coming up with it. Bounced it on the floor hard.
4 minutes and 40 seconds. 4 minutes and 40 seconds left in the game. Important possession for the Suns. KJ starts to drive. Now backs away as he draws the double team. Out to Barkley. Barkley throws it out front to Majerle. Now to Green. He shoots a three-pointer. Almost got it. No good. Rebound banged around and saved by Hakeem Olajuwon of Houston. 105-94 the Rockets. Kenny Smith down the left side to Horry. Horry waiting. Back to Kenny Smith in front to Maxwell. Maxwell looks to Olajuwon again. A double team by Majerle. Back to Maxwell. Shoot a three-pointer. Won't get it. Rebound Kevin Johnson. Push it right down the middle in a hurry. Bounce the ball to Sabanos. He loses it. Kenny Smith knocked it away. Sabanos just got too careless with it. Comes down to Thorpe. His pass stolen back by Barkley. Barkley to Majerle. Majerle drives. Goaltending on Horry. Give the hoop to Majerle. And now we're going to get a foul. Not going to give him the hoop. No basket. Foul will be on Horry. He pinned that ball against the glass. We'll get a timeout called by the Suns. 3 minutes and 51 seconds remaining in the game, and still 105-94 Houston. We'll be back after the full timeout.
Tablet.
We have 3 minutes, 51 seconds left in this fourth quarter in the ball game. 105-94, Houston leading it. And the Suns trying to get themselves back into the ball game. And a couple of big free throws coming up here.
And it's been a long time since the Suns have been able to get down below the double-digit figures. Dan Majerle has a chance to put them down by 9. 3:51, a lot of time left. The Rockets have gone cold offensively. Suns just haven't been able to capitalize.
So Majerle steps to the free throw line. He has 16 points. He misses the first free throw badly. Very short. Hits the front of the rim, bounces out. He's 0 for 3 from the free throw line. Suns with Danny Ainge, Kevin Johnson, Dan Majerle, A.C. Green, Charles Barkley. The next free throw is good. Makes it an even 10-point lead for Houston, 105-95. Sam Cassell came in during that timeout. He's there with Kenny Smith, Maxwell, Olajuwon, and Thorpe. Kenny Smith over on the left side of the court now. Out between the circles. Ainge with him defensively. Smith comes to the right side. And now we get a stop and play. And a little conversation going on with referee Jake O'Donnell and referee Dan Crawford. Now the lead official, Jake O'Donnell, comes down to our left to the officials table here, and we'll wait to see why he stopped play here.
I don't know why he stopped it.
Still waiting.
They were wondering about the shot clock and the game clock, whether some seconds went off or not. They said it did not.
There is 3:38 left in the game. There are 12 seconds left on Houston's shot clock. So they inbound to Sam Cassell now. Cassell out front on the drive to the left side. Throws up a shot underneath. Won't get it. Rebound to Kevin Johnson. Lead feed to Majerle. Majerle breaks down the right side. He wants the three. Shazam! He got it. What a shot. Whataburger sends $50 to Suns charities. It's 105-98. Now the Suns come alive. Vernon Maxwell over to Cassell. Cassell out at three-point range. Hangs onto the basketball. Cassell waiting. They want to go to Akeem. They don't. Out to Smith. Now to Maxwell. Back to Kenny Smith. Over to Cassell. Cassell into Olajuwon. His pass knocked down. Picked up by Ainge. Up to KJ. He's leading the pack, and he's going to be fouled. He didn't get the shot. It's waved off. He was fouled by Maxwell before, and Kevin Johnson with an opportunity to close the gap to 5 points.
And the Suns just keep coming.
They're on a 10-0 scoring run.
And the Rockets have been struggling. They haven't been able to score. Then they make a turnover. KJ has a chance to cut it to 5.
Kevin Johnson steps to the free throw line. 3 minutes and 1 second remaining in the ball game. His first free throw is not good. Rolled around and did not go.
And he does a dance. He is so upset with himself for missing that free throw.
He'll step back to the line. Suns are 20 of 31 free throws. Next free throw is not good. He missed them both. Suns have to keep scrapping. 105-98. Houston. Kenny Smith in backcourt. Fans here a little nervous. They're up on their feet. Kenny Smith against KJ. Kenny Smith waiting. Moves behind Thorpe. Stops. Looks. Feeds Cassell. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Into Olajuwon. Now to Maxwell. Maxwell out to Cassell. He'll put up a three. He got it. That's a buzzer. Oh, brother. How about that? Suns were doing the job defensively. Cassell hit the three. Here's Ainge to Barkley. 2:25 to go. Barkley drives, takes it inside, drops it off at the baseline to KJ. His shot from there is good. A 14-footer baseline right. It's an 8-point Houston lead.
And the Suns still have an opportunity. Just keep playing D like they did a minute ago. All those threes won't go at the buzzer.
Cassell hit a big three a moment ago for the Rockets. Here's Olajuwon. He throws it away. He was double-teamed, threw it out front. 2 minutes, 2 seconds to go. An 8-point Houston lead. The third quarter was the disaster for the Suns. They battled back in the fourth. Is there enough time? They gave up 40 points, as you know, in that third frame. Here's Kevin Johnson to Barkley. Under 2 minutes left in the game. Barkley posting up low. Barkley makes his spin move, reverse layup. We get a goaltender, a foul. A foul is going to be called. Suns want the hoop, and they're going to get it. And the foul is on Thorpe. The hoop is good. It's 108-102 with 1:50 to go.
We talked about the Suns, how they struggled in the third quarter. I said that they would have an opportunity in this game. The Rockets have scored 8 points against the Suns here in the fourth quarter.
Barkley steps to the free throw line. 1 minute, 50 seconds remaining. Barkley takes his time. Here's the free throw on the way. Good. 108-103. Now it's a 5-point game. Houston with the lead. Defensive pressure for the Suns. Cassell in backcourt. Thorpe pushing Ames away, and the pass goes to the left side over to Kenny Smith. Now they go to Olajuwon. Back to Smith. In front, Cassell. Maxwell's going to shoot a three. Won't get it. Barkley rebounds. Up to KJ. Minute 35 to go. KJ on the drive. KJ keeps coming. Here's the shot. Won't get it. Green rebounds, and a foul is called inside with a minute 28 to go in the ball game. Foul is on Otis Thorpe, and I believe that's his 6th.
That may be all for Otis, but now time is on the side of the Rockets, so the Suns have to make these free throws. KJ went hard to the hoop. Cassell went down, no call. AC came back with it. Now he goes to the line, and it's vital with 1:28. You don't miss a free throw.
Otis Thorpe still has not left the floor. He's fouled out of the ball game with a minute 28 seconds remaining. AC Green will go to the free throw line, where he's made 4 of 7 in the ball game tonight. Remember, game 3 Friday evening, 7:30, America West Arena in Phoenix. Carl Herrera will replace Thorpe for Houston.
And it's interesting, when the Suns are fighting for their life in this 4th quarter, when they go down to double team Olajuwon, I mean, they're going down there with fire in their eyes and making it tough for the big guy to find the open man.
AC Green at the free throw line for Phoenix. He looks. He shoots. Not good. It is short.
Well, if they don't come back, Paul Westphal smiling, grinning. If they don't come back, they can look at the free throws and say, hey, we just missed too many in the 4th quarter.
And both of them are missed. Barkley follows, and he's fouled. Barkley got the offensive rebound, and he was fouled. Fouls on Herrera, and Barkley will have 2 tries. A minute 27 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Charles Barkley loves to slide inside. Herrera couldn't keep him out of it, and Herrera pulled him down from behind. They could have called a flagrant foul, and the Suns get the ball. They did not.
29 points for Barkley in this game this evening. So he'll have 2 tries. The Suns are 21 of 35 free throws. First one's good.
And that got a little iron, and Majerle, KJ walk up to Barkley, pat him on the back, say that's the way to do it.
108-104 Houston. 1 minute 27 seconds. Time remaining in the ball game. Barkley waiting for his 2nd free throw attempt. He stops. He looks. That's good. Now the Suns put on some full court defensive pressure, but Houston will take a timeout. 1:27 left in this, what's turned out to be a thriller. Houston 108, Suns 105. We'll be back after the full timeout. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification on the Suns Basketball Network.
23-8 run this quarter.
You're watching Phoenix Suns basketball on KUTP-TV 45, Phoenix.
The amazing Phoenix Suns are on a 23-8 scoring run. They've cut what was a 20-point Houston lead down to 3 with a minute 27 left in the ball game. 108-105 the Rockets. Houston with the basketball. They will throw it in from out of bounds at midcourt. Vernon Maxwell looking. Maxwell out to Hakeem Olajuwon, who comes way out front to get the ball. Olajuwon gets it back to Sam Cassell. Cassell's three-pointer's been the difference right now. Cassell looks inside. It's knocked down by Smith. AC Green picked up by Barkley. Here come the Suns. Minute 12 to go. Kevin Johnson against Cassell. KJ over to the left side, goes into Barkley. He's got Herrera on him. I don't know who Olajuwon's guarding. Out comes AC Green. Here comes his 3. No good. Rebound battle. Cassell's there. He's fouled by Kevin Johnson.
But the Suns had a foul to take. The ball goes on the side.
59 seconds remaining. 108-105. Houston. Suns again shadowing everybody defensively. Kenny Smith with the ball in backcourt. 52 seconds left in the game. He brings it up front. Calls out a set play. Olajuwon comes out high. Kenny Smith to his left. Behind an Olajuwon screen. Takes it into the middle. Finger roll shot won't go. Rebound Barkley with 40 seconds to go. Now to KJ. KJ up out of backcourt to Majerle. Majerle out to Ames. He's got the open 3. Shazam! Tie game. 108-108. 32 seconds left. Suns have to get back defensively, but Houston wants a timeout. They're going to take a 20, I believe, if they have it.
I think they used that 20.
I thought they did also.
It'll be a full timeout because Ori used it when he fell to the floor on an intercepted pass, I thought.
Let's keep it right here. An amazing comeback by the Suns. They trailed it by 20. 26-8 run. 108-108 tie. And a moment ago, well, what can you say? The Suns just keep coming. Danny Ainge, long-range Ainge.
They got their opportunity, and they've taken advantage of that opportunity. And with 22 seconds on the shot clock and 30 seconds on the game, no matter what the Rockets do, the Suns have a chance to win the ball game, at least get a shot to tie it, and maybe win it. They need to play the defense without making the foul.
They tell us, Cotton, this is the largest deficit ever overcome in playoff history.
Right. They sure did. When they went down to double Olajuwon in this period. Cassell doesn't hit that three at the 24-second clock buzzer. Suns would be up, but the case 108-108, 30.6 seconds to go, 22 seconds on the.
And here's the bench. Now remember now, Phoenix has missed 4 free throws during this stretch.
Danny Ainge with that big three. Of course, the playoff experience coming to the fore for Danny Ainge and the Phoenix Suns. It's tied at 108. Phoenix on a 10-0 run.
See, the Suns have nothing to lose here. They're playing loose. The Rockets are holding on for dear life. There's a double team right now showing a little tap where they do not want to get an illegal defense here.
In low to Olajuwon. Turnaround jumper. No. Yes. No.
How'd that stay out? Now the Suns get the last shot to win this game.
No, yes, no. 12 seconds remaining in the game. Shot clock is off. It's in the hands of Barkley. Isolated against Herrera.
You got to double it. Got to double it.
Barkley. No. Did that beat the buzzer?
No.
Wait for it.
No.
We have overtime, and they're still discussing it, but Jake O'Donnell said the shot did not beat the buzzer on the tip-in. We will go to 5 minutes of overtime.
Watch the red light above the basket. The fading shot is missed. Watch the red light to go on. Right there, you see it where the ball is, the red light right below it. The game is over at that point in time.
We'll be back with 5 minutes of overtime. The fans at the Summit are stunned.
So the clubs are tied at 108 at the end of regulation. And to explain again, we have lost our satellite transmission with Al McCoy and Cotton Fitzsimmons, and we are attempting to reestablish our line to Houston. As soon as we're able to make contact again with Al McCoy and Cotton Fitzsimmons, we'll do back to their broadcast as soon as we can. Right now, we'll take a break and rejoin our broadcast from Houston in just a couple of moments. Phoenix and the Suns Radio Network, we're preparing to go to overtime with the score tied at 108. We rejoin Al McCoy and Cotton Fitzsimmons.
We understand due to some weather conditions along the way. We'll leave that to the weathermen to pass along exactly what the weather problems are. We'll have a jump ball, of course, to start this overtime. Barkley for the Suns, Olajuwon for Houston, and it's tipped to the side, and finally, in backcourt, will be chased down by Kenny Smith of the Rockets. Otis Thorpe has fouled out for Houston. Kenny Smith, left side, is tripped up. Danny Ainge dives for the ball, and when we have a jump ball, or it goes out of bounds, we'll get Oy called a timeout. Kenny Smith was able to call a timeout. We'll keep it right here. 4 minutes, 49 seconds. We're just in to the overtime period. Again, well, they tell us they want to take the commercial timeout, so we'll be back right after these messages.
Yes, ma'am. I'm the manager here at Smith's Food and Drug.
This is the Phoenix Suns Radio Network. We're experiencing technical problems out of Houston, which is why the picture on the simulcast dropped out. There's apparently some bad weather between Houston and Dallas. We have reestablished contact with Al McCoy and Cotton Fitzsimmons by phone line, and we'll attempt to reestablish our satellite communications as soon as they become available.
really wide.
Yeah.
I could paint some feet on the floor.
No, ma'am, people come to Smith's for one-stop shopping and everyday low prices.
Smith's prices are very low.
Yes, but they come to shop, not to dance.
That's because they don't know how. You want to learn?
Oh, I'm not really sure
I could teach you the forbidden dance of love.
No, really?
Just take that shoe and put it there.
Okay.
And turn your hip and put it here. Then put your hand on top of this.
Wow.
And now you're standing on my foot.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Smith's Food and Drug. Everyday low prices and a whole lot more.
This is the Phoenix Suns Radio Network. We're experiencing technical problems out of Houston, which is why the picture on the simulcast dropped out. There's apparently some bad weather between Houston and Dallas. We have reestablished contact with Al McCoy and Cotton Fitzsimmons by phone line, and we'll attempt to reestablish our satellite communications as soon as they become available. We rejoin now Al McCoy, Cotton Fitzsimmons at the Summit in Houston in overtime. The Suns and Houston Rockets.
Overtime, tied 108-108. Suns and Houston. Again, for our television viewers, weather conditions have knocked out the picture, but you're getting the audio feed, and we'll keep you posted. Sam Cassell to inbound with 16 seconds on the Houston shot clock. Cassell gets it out front to Kenny Smith. Danny Ainge matched up against him defensively. They put the ball in the hands of Maxwell. Maxwell back to Kenny Smith. They bounce it in the corner now to Cassell. Almost loses it. Gets it into Elijah Wan. The Suns double team. Out it goes to Kenny Smith. He'll force the shot up that will not go. And A.C. Green with the rebound. No one has scored as yet in the overtime. And the Suns will get their first opportunity right now. KJ on the left side driving to the hoop with the left hand. No. Rebound Green. He's fouled. Green is fouled. KJ took Cassell right to the hoop, put it up with the left hand, couldn't get it to go. A.C. Green then jumped on the rebound. He is fouled by Hakeem Olajuwon. Olajuwon has 3 fouls.
When they leave it open, KJ took it hard to the hoop, but there was Olajuwon. They got a hand on it up over him, and that leaves A.C. Green open to go set offensive board. He needs to hit these free throws.
First one is up and good. Suns have not been good from the free throw line, but they are 24 of 38 right now. And Green will step back for another try. If you joined us late at halftime, Houston led by 1. They scored 40 spectacular points in the third quarter to lead by as many as 20. But the Suns came back and outscored Houston in the fourth quarter 26-8 to send us into this overtime. Green's next free throw, not good. Rebound Herrera. Phoenix with a 1-point lead, 109-108. Out of backcourt comes Sam Cassell. Cassell over on the left side. Looking to Olajuwon, going to Olajuwon. Back to Cassell, back to Olajuwon low. He'll fight, he'll battle, he'll shoot, he'll score, and he's fouled.
And that's 5 fouls, I believe. If they call it on AC, they might get that one on Kevin Johnson.
It is on Kevin Johnson. But the hoop was good to give Houston a 1-point lead and send Hakeem Olajuwon to the free throw line. We're still in the first minute of this 5-minute overtime period. Olajuwon's free throw is good, and the Rockets have a 111-109 lead. Kevin Johnson over the time strike. This game sold out here in Houston. KJ on the drive, pulls up for the shot and gets it. We're tied. Nice jump shot over Cassell, right side, about 13 feet away to tie it at 111. Sam Cassell brings the ball down the left side of the court. Now Olajuwon has the ball knocked down by A.C. Green. Green had been knocked down, but then he made the steal. To KJ, to Marley, to the hoop for 2. How about that?
Great play by A.C. Green.
This is the first time the Suns have led since it was 59-56. Vernon Maxwell over to Kenny Smith. Into Olajuwon. He's low. Ainge goes for the steal. Ainge has it now. It's picked up by Olajuwon, and it goes out of bounds. And a whistle blows. Let's see what the call is going to be. Foul is going to be called on Danny Ainge. He and Olajuwon went to the floor. Ainge had the steal. Olajuwon got it back. Foul will be on Danny Ainge with 3:25 left in the overtime. Possession to the Rockets. The Suns lead by 2.
The Rockets get a break there. Ainge thought he had the ball first. Thought Olajuwon fouled him before he fouled Olajuwon the second time.
Pass comes into Vernon Maxwell. Maxwell up top for the key. Off to Olajuwon, who's out on the angle left side on the perimeter against A.C. Green right now. He wants to drive. He will towards the baseline. He fakes. He loses the ball. It's stolen by Kevin Johnson. KJ to the right side. KJ stops. Gives to Green. He goes in and he's fouled by Herrera. Well, they've got to make these free throws. Herrera called for for the foul. 3:07 left in overtime. Phoenix leads by 2.
KJ made a great steal on Elijah Wan to trigger it, then went down, handled the break beautifully, waited. He just waited for AC to trail the play. Only thing that stopped AC from hitting it was a hard foul by Herrera.
AC Green at the free throw line for the Suns. Here's the first one. Not good.
And when AC misses, he normally misses in the front of the rim. He needs to lean forward a little bit more instead of leaning back.
He's 5 of 12 from the line. The Suns are 24 of 40 from the free throw line. AC Green's next free throw is not good. Tipped by Barkley, no, and it comes down to Elijah Wan. 113-111, the Suns by 2. And if you're back in Phoenix, you're wondering, won't this overtime ever end? 113-111 Phoenix. Sam Cassell off on the left side for Vernon Maxwell. Maxwell looks low, goes to Elijah Wan. Back to Cassell, now to Kenny Smith. Drives to the right side, out to Cassell. Shoots a three-pointer, but it's short. Rebound, Charles Barkley. Barkley out of backcourt, brings it down the right side with 2:40 left in the overtime. Hands it back to Kevin Johnson. NBA playoff action. We've got it. KJ, three-point line, stops, goes to Barkley. Barkley in the corner, throws it out front to Majerle. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Down to Ames. He shoots a three. It is no good. Green with the rebound, and he brings it back out front with 2:20 left in the overtime. To Ames, now to KJ. 11 rebounds for AC Green. Over to KJ again. 15 seconds on the shot clock. KJ at three-point range. To his left, Cassell reaches in. Keeps coming, KJ. Barkley deep in the corner for three. A trio by Sir Charles, and Rudy Tomjanovich, the coach of the Rockets, is stunned. They want a timeout with 2 minutes to go. Suns by 5. We'll be back after the full timeout.
What has happened to the satellite transmission from Houston? There was some weather problems between Houston and Dallas where the satellite uplink is. A reminder that after the game you can talk to Brad Sesmat and Greg Schulte on our flagship station KTAR in Phoenix on Suns Talk, and for our listeners in Phoenix on KTAR, you can relive every second of this exciting game on Suns Midnight Replay at 12 midnight. Right now we're going back to Houston for more action in overtime with Al McCoy and Cotton Fitzsimmons.
We enter back in our Channel 45 studio.
This one's a long ways from being over. Rockets will inbound at midcourt. 116-111 Suns.
Suns need the same defense that they've had all along in the fourth quarter and overtime.
Into Sam Cassell. Takes it down the left side on the dribble. Cassell out front for Maxwell. Maxwell back to Cassell. Now to Hakeem Olajuwon. To Cassell in the corner. Cassell on the dribble drive. In the lane. He's got a running right-hander, but it won't go. Rebound scramble. And it's knocked out and grabbed by Kevin Johnson. Now the Suns on the run, 3-on-2. Over to Ames. Ames puts up a 20-footer. No. Rebound to the side. KJ has it. We got a whistle and a foul. We've got a player down. The foul is going to be on Herrera. We've got Sam Cassell down. He got knocked down in that tremendous scramble underneath the hoop, and he still is on the floor. We have 1:36 left in the overtime. We haven't gotten the trainer or anybody to come out here.
They don't want the timeout against him, I guess, but they got to go out there and take care of him.
Finally, trainer Ray Melchiori is coming out on the floor. Sam Cassell hit the deck. Herrera has fouled out of the ball game with 1:36 left in the overtime here. I think Cassell got hit by his own player. It looked like on that scramble that maybe Olajuwon struck him in the face. It was a scramble for possession. And he still has not gotten up off the floor. 1:36 left in the overtime. Phoenix with a 5-point lead.
I was out with one of my former players, Mike Woodson. When he played for the Rockets, he said Hakeem hit him one time, and it just made his face puff up and everything. He asked Hakeem about it on the flight back to Houston, and Hakeem said, no, I didn't feel anything. So that guy is strong.
Cassell still has not been able to get to his feet. They've had smelling salts there to try and pick him up now. He is being helped up to his feet by trainer Ray Melchiori and Vernon Maxwell, his teammate with the Rockets. Suns 116, Rockets 111 is the score in this one. And again, Carl Herrera, who picked up that foul, has fouled out of the ball game for Houston.
And again, that means the Rockets have to go a little deeper on the bench, you know. And if they have to go deeper, it'll make it tougher. 1:36 to go. The ball, I think, will go on the side, Al. I don't think AC was shooting. Now the Suns need to run a little clock off.
Scott Brooks has come in to replace the fouled out Carl Herrera. Suns will have a full shot clock with 1:36 left in the overtime. And Phoenix leading by 5. Dan Marty to inbound. Suns in their front court, of course, and it comes into Kevin Johnson. KJ takes the ball on the dribble, rolls over to the right side against Houston's Kenny Smith. KJ fakes the drive, now comes back and spreads out the offense one more time. 14 seconds on the shot clock for the Suns. KJ angle right, moves behind AC Green, gives the ball to Ainge. He's going to shoot a 3. It is not going to go. Green rebounds, fakes twice to follow, and he's fouled with 1:16 to go. AC Green now will get a chance to try some free throws, and Hakeem Olajuwon called for the foul.
Coaches are never happy. Let me tell you right now, they're never happy. Paul Westphal says, get it out, get it out. But AC has worked so hard. Actually, in all honesty, the difference in the ball game is Green's defense on Olajuwon in the fourth quarter and overtime, and AC Green's outstanding offensive rebounding during that period.
He's been fantastic, and the free throw's good. 117-111. The Suns lead, and the 300 Suns fans that flew in here late tonight are celebrating all.
Back at the Suns Radio Network studios in Phoenix, we have once again lost our signal with Al McCoy and Cotton Fitzsimmons in Houston. There's apparently some severe weather between Houston and Dallas, where the satellite uplink is located. With 1 minute and 17 seconds left in overtime, the Suns have taken a 7-point lead, 118-111. We'll get it back to Houston, hopefully get our line reestablished right after these messages.
A proud sponsor of the Suns Ball Boys. Salem
favorite recipes. Or Armor Star beef stew, hearty with lean beef, potatoes, and carrots in a thick, meaty gravy. Armor Star canned meats. Look for them in the distinctive blue label at your favorite grocery store.
Once again, back at our Suns Radio Network studios, we are still attempting to make contact with Al McCoy and Cotton Fitzsimmons in Houston. So for the time being, we're going to bring you sound from the TNT telecast with announcers Bob Neal and Doug Collins. And we apologize, this is a telecast, and it may not be as descriptive.
And the fans here in Houston, the Rocket fans, they are heading for the parking lot. They're making a mass exodus. With 1:16 left in overtime, Phoenix with a 7-point, 118-111 lead. Houston with the basketball. Robert Horry back in there to inbound the ball. Horry waiting, gets it out to Olajuwon way out front to Scott Brooks. He's a three-point shooter. Brooks to the right side, out to Horry. Horry cranks up the trio. It is short, and it's grabbed by Majerle. Gives it to Ainge. That was an air ball to KJ. And the hometown fans are booing a little bit here at the Summit in Houston. Over to Ainge, out to Green, under a minute, 58 seconds to go. Suns are spreading the floor, and Scott Brooks will foul Kevin Johnson. Houston will be over the team foul limit. KJ will go to the line. Did I call them earlier? The amazing Phoenix Suns. They trail by 18 on Sunday and come back and win. They trail by 20 here tonight and come back to lead by 7 in overtime.
They've just been outstanding. They never gave up. We talked about it when they were 11 down. If they could get it underneath the 10 mark, this ball club can come back. You could see it in their eyes. They weren't going to give up the game easy to the Rockets.
KJ gets the first free throw. 55 seconds remain in the overtime. Both free throws are good. It's 120-111. The Suns, and the Suns on the doorstep of winning the first two on Houston's home court. The next two will be in Phoenix. Kenny Smith over to Horry. Horry will shoot a 3 and get it. He got the three-point shot. Inbound pass comes out to Majerle now with 42 seconds to go. Majerle looked like he was tripped up. He slips and falls, and the ball goes out of bounds to Houston. Suns hurry back with 38 seconds left. Scott Brooks will shoot a 3 and get it. so. They've knocked down 2 threes. A.C. Green to Kevin Johnson. They'll have to foul him, and they will, with 32 seconds to go.
As I've said so many times, Al, games are not over. Suns lost their concentration.
Right.
They had an open three-point shooter in Brooks, who showed him he could shoot it earlier. Ore was covered a little bit. Now, KJ, it's important that he makes these two, and the Suns get back focused to take this victory home.
Kevin Johnson's first free throw is good. 121-117. It's crazy. This is a crazy game.
It's crazy, but I love it. I love it. It's a great game.
You're telling me you love this game? Both free throws by KJ are good. 122-117. Now the Suns get set defensively. Kenny Smith comes down the left side. Out it comes to Ore. He'll shoot a three. He won't get it. Rebound, Danny Ainge. And they foul Ainge immediately. He'll go to the line with 23 seconds left in the overtime. Foul is on Hakeem Olajuwon. And there's 23 seconds left in the overtime now. The Suns leading 122-117.
I see the Rocket players complaining to the officials. I see Robert Ore, who's a young player, complaining to the officials. The Rockets have nobody to blame but themselves if they lose this ball game. Don't blame it on the officials. I said the same thing when the Suns were complaining when they fell behind.
There have been 55 three-point attempts in this game. They're setting all kinds of NBA playoff records. Ainge gets the free throw. 123-117 Suns. Game 3 Friday night, 7:30, America West Arena in Phoenix. Game 4 Sunday at noon in Phoenix. Both free throws by Ainge go down. 124-117. Ball's knocked out of bounds. Still going to belong to the Houston Rockets. 21 seconds remain in the overtime. And the Suns get ready to go back with what looks like a 2-0 lead in this best-of-7 Western Conference semifinals. Maxwell throws up a three. It's an air ball. A.C. Green grabs it. It's all over here in Houston to KJ. He comes out with 12 seconds still remaining. Now 10. KJ on the dribble. 124-117.
It's over.
Suns will come back and win it. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. The Suns come to Houston, win 2 games, and now they go home for the next 2. Final, Suns 124, Rockets 117. Suns win in overtime. We'll be back after these messages. The Suns win it in overtime to take a 2-0 lead in this best-of-7 series. Our Budweiser player of the game, and for good old-fashioned hard work, A.C. Green, 15 points, 13 rebounds, but what a job defensively on Hakeem Olajuwon, particularly in the fourth quarter in the overtime.
Well, A.C. just won't give it up easy. He fought hard, a bigger guy in there banging on him and everything. He just wouldn't give it up all night long. And this ball club, the Phoenix Suns, you said it earlier, they'll battle, they'll scrap. They never once gave in to the Rockets, and they come away with maybe the sweetest victory they've ever had.
Well, they trailed by 20, and they held the Rockets in the last 17 minutes, the fourth quarter of the overtime, to 17 points. Stay with us for our post-game coverage. Game 3 in Phoenix, Friday evening, 7:30. The Suns have won 2 here in Houston. Scott Garr directs our simulcast. Greg Schulte's been our statistician. For Cotton Fitzsimmons, I'm Al McCoy. Suns win in overtime here at the Summit in Houston, Texas. The final score: Phoenix Suns 124, Houston Rockets 117.
Ever since
Phoenix Suns basketball has been brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Just plain smart. By the Arizona Lottery. Want to win? Got to play. By your Valley Area Lexus dealer. By Bud Light for a great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down. By Coca-Cola Classic, always courtside, always Coca-Cola. By your Greater Phoenix Ford dealer. By Bank of America, making full-service banking convenient. Banking on America, Bank of America. By Montgomery Ward, where things are changing. By Toyota and their full line of quality cars and trucks. By your Arizona Dodge dealers. We know how to help. By Jack in the Box restaurants. There's always something new. And by Smith's Food and Drug Center. Phoenix Suns basketball is a presentation of the Phoenix Suns and KUTP-TV 45. Baywatch. Monday
on Friday night, but we're sending you back to the summit to rejoin Al McCoy, and I'll tell you what, thank God for Al McCoy, we lost the picture, but you can still paint the picture for us, Al.
Well, joining us right now, Charles Barkley in between Cotton and I. And Charles, they tell us the biggest comeback, fourth quarter in NBA playoff history. You're down by 20. Was this the way it was planned?
Well, Paul drew it up on the board. He said, well, we were actually down 18 when the quarter started. He said, well, at the 9-minute mark, I want to be down 12. At the 8-minute mark, I want to be down 6. At the 5-minute mark, I want to be tied. So he was pretty much right on time.
So many things happened positively in the fourth quarter. One of the biggest was the defense you played on Akeem Olajuwon. You really bothered him.
Well, I think the thing was everybody else on their team started getting tight, and they weren't making those shots. They were making them, and they got the big lead. When they started missing, we just were all over Akeem. And nobody else started making. They couldn't make any more shots, and that was the difference.
The three-point shot from the corner, the last shot in regulation, you had the ball. It looked good all the way.
It felt good all the way. KJ did a great job. I told him I'd be over there. I had time, and I just shot it. Nothing but draws, baby. Nothing but draws. Didn't touch the rim.
You know, Charles, again, it proves home court is great, but it's not anything if you don't win the games. Last year, we couldn't beat the Bulls on our court, and lo and behold, the Rockets, who won 58 games, couldn't win one of these two.
Well, you know, last year we learned a lot. That's why we told everybody if once we got healthy, our team will be better this year than last year. And everybody, it don't matter where you're playing. You got to play the game. And we felt like if we got healthy, we could beat any team in the world. And we're playing terrific right now.
Well, A.C. Green, we got to talk about him. The guy missed enough free throws tonight. Unreal.
I asked him, was he point shaving? I asked him, did he take the Rockets and the points? He was missing all those free throws, but he made some great rebounds, you know, and he played terrific tonight.
It's tough for you, A.C. Green, to have to deal with Olajuwon. Yes, I thought in the fourth quarter and overtime, though, for the first time in the game, when they started double-teaming Olajuwon, they did it aggressively. They had fire in their eyes, and they wouldn't give him a chance to look around to see where he could pass it.
Well, when they started missing those shots, we really put the pressure on them to take more outside shots. Because I said before the series, you have to double Hakeem. If they're making those shots, you just go. If they're making those shots, you just go on out to the golf course early. Because I don't think three-point shots will fall for 48 minutes, and they did not tonight.
It's a game of momentum. We talk about it so much. What made the difference? What turned the momentum around at that fourth quarter?
Well, I think they kept letting us hang around. Once they had the 20-point lead, we got it back down to 10 or 12 or 14, and there was still 6 to 8 minutes to go. You know, 12 points isn't anything to us. So we felt like once they started, we got it down to 14, we said, uh-oh, and 10, 8, and once we're a team, we play on a lot of emotion. And once we start feeling it, and they started missing, we played great.
300 people came here from Phoenix. They were going wild at the end. The rest of the people were exiting the building here in Houston.
You know, the fans of Houston started booing the team. I didn't think that was right. I didn't think Houston played bad. I just think we're just playing so well right now. But that's why I always feel like, hey, you just got to do your own thing and be your own person. Don't worry about what people think about you, because, you know, they turned against them. I didn't think that was right.
Next 2 games at home. That's going to be a good feeling.
Well, I tell you what, it's been a long time since we've been in the Valley, and we're ready to go.
You got a final question, Cotton?
Well, I just wanted to ask him, Charles, you've played this game a long time. Have you been in a game where a comeback in a playoff was similar to this?
We played the 76ers against the Washington Bullets in 1986. We had a 17-point lead with 3:31 to go. They scored 18 straight points and banked a 3 in at the buzzer and won it. That's the closest thing. I mean, we did not score for 341. They scored 18 straight points. We had a 17. It was unbelievable, most unbelievable thing, and this is the second most unbelievable thing.
What are the Rockets feeling in their locker room right now?
Well, I think that they are, I guess you could say, confused because they are playing well. But right now, I told you during the break, we're not playing to win. We're playing not to lose. Because we talked about it before the playoffs started. We just don't want to feel like we felt last year.
34 points, 15 rebounds, Charles. Great win. Let's go back to Phoenix.
Let's go, baby.
Okay, Cotton, I'll be right back with some final comments after these messages.